hold on a sec. Hello, YouTube. We just started recording on YouTube, by the way.
We all work jobs. I need a little bit of notice more than a week. Like, like more than a day is notice. Like, I can maybe scrunch by, luckily, 2 days, maybe.
Yeah.
I really should get a job.
What's the glass ceiling for blue foxes? Twilight says in the chat room.
What's a glass ceiling?
You don't know what a glass ceiling is? It's just a term. It just means... It means that you can't go any higher because of, cultural limit. So, for instance, the term is used a lot, I think, by, women back in, I think it was, the 40s or 50s or something, basically saying that, they could never become executives or they could never become CEOs because of the glass ceiling, which basically meant that, that was society's limit for them. So the glass ceiling for a blue fox would be, what are all the things that you can't do because no one will accept the fact that you're a blue fox?
I just stare at the glass and it shatters.
Truth.
My life.
Did you guys see the short video of the guy that was shoveling in a T-Rex costume?
Yes.
I did not see this. I did not see that.
I did not see this.
I want one of these costumes so bad, but they're like $150.
Really?
They went
Yeah.
up like horse heads.
Yeah,
How
they
horse
did.
heads were
They used to be
$5-10 bucks.
That's
They
a
used to
full
be like
suit
50.
though, right?
Yeah.
Full suit.
Yeah, they used to be like $50, but now they're $150. So fuck that. Because I was actually gonna buy one, but not
everyone started buying them.
not for $150.
The crack dinosaur. I saw they had a new one they posted too.
We'll crack down.
The one
Oh,
that's
I didn't.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. You want some fucking cocaine? That's a good one.
All right, cool.
We're supposed to record moan sounds before, professionally record moan sounds before we leave.
Why do we need to professionally record moan sounds?
Because
Because they want to make an entire remix of CJ's moans, but we need, not only do we need regular moans, we need high pitch moans
chipmunk moans and demon moans.
and demon moans.
Wow.
Wow.
Wait. Why do they need us to do the demon moans? I mean, if they're going to be remixing it, they should be able to change the pitch of something.
Well, they need crystal clear FLAC audio of moan.
Well, yeah, but if I pitch shift them, that's not going to be crystal clear. So why don't you just have them pitch shift it? Why do you need?
Because you're making less work for them.
Well, if they're doing the moan remix, they better accept that that's a tough job.
These are questions I don't know how to answer.
But
I'm sorry,
his
guys.
moans are different leveled.
I know they're different when you do this and then
You do this. They're different.
But it's that's why do they want us to do that? They could just do that themselves.
Well, they didn't have high quality enough moans.
Oh, okay. Well, we could definitely get them high quality moans.
So we can get high quality demon moans. And I think our demon moans are a lot better
Yeah.
than anyone that can pitch shift.
I'll show you a demon moan.
The demon moans are magical.
Well, that's because I do a lot more than pitch shift. I throw a reverb on it, and I also throw a sample delay in one of the channels. So the sample delay does this, and then the pitch shift
Does this, and then I usually add a reverb like this. Hello. Oh, hello.
Yeah. Hello? It's I. It's me.
I just want to point out that we haven't even started the show, and we're already doing this shit.
Start of a bad time.
You're gonna have a bad time.
If you're doing this before the show starts, you're gonna have a bad
Your
time.
favorite, remember that? Hello?
French fry, pizza. French fry, pizza.
All right. That camera on me is good. Oh, I know. I need to. Let's see. That does not look like 60 FPS. I need to go fix that.
CJ, the gigantic raccoon head.
Can you move that mail, please?
Hey, move them out.
When this guy talks.
Please don't talk about it right now until we start the show.
We'll talk about it a little bit.
Okay, when this guy talked, it sounded like he was in
Well,
a bathroom
you're being
stall.
recorded now
Really?
anyway.
I know.
Hello?
No, it was definitely like, hello?
Yeah. But it sounded like he had his nose plugged.
Hello.
He had like his nose plugged or something.
Hello?
Anyway, and this head was so large, it had its own gravitational pull.
It was the one in the
There we
picture.
go.
Right?
Yeah, this is the one I was in.
Anyway, so he was standing right next to me, and so I kept.
I was
he,
behind.
He kept slapping my head with like his ear.
So
It's like Stewie or something. It's like
I
a
don't wanna-
football head.
ask too much.
You can ask a lot, but we
We
just
won't.
say.
We won't respond.
So is it like a mix of like everybody, like actual fursuiters and like the other ones?
I don't
Like
know
the
if we
others?
should talk about this right now. Maybe we should.
All right, yeah. Do you guys want to? Yeah, let's hold it till we start
I
the
guess
show.
it's-
Yeah, we'll
so
just wait. That's why I was like,
yeah.
just wait.
All right, so the last thing I need to do is I just need to put out notifications and everything, and then we'll be good to go. So let me just do an official notification.
that's like putting a reconditioned like 1960s classic next to like a rusted out piece of shit.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
that's pretty much how it was.
It was like
Nice analogy.
Like that's
No,
exactly.
it was like a tin can on wheels, like a tricycle.
one of them was
a Hot
rusted-
Wheels.
One of them was paper mache with like carpet over it.
God, that's
Yeah, it was like putting a hot rod, like maybe Lamborghini, next to like someone driving a Hot Wheels car.
Toyota Camry. Hello. It's me.
No, but every time he talked, he's just like, "Hello."
Just in it, and I was just like, "Hello."
Somebody in the chat room challenged me to a moan-off.
A moan-off?
A moan-off.
Can we just not?
You know, CJ.
Oh, well, I'm a dog. I can.
No, you cannot.
I cannot.
You cannot.
I cannot.
You know, CJ. Ever since
you.
FurPoc, where I like tried your suit on and had to like practice your moan,
Yeah.
like I've been doing it a little bit here and there.
It's
People love it.
it's the CJ effect. It
They
just
love it.
happens.
The CJ.
I did it one time. It was.
I can't wait to go to FWA and just do it over the lobby because you know how like the whole center of that hotel's just hollow.
Well, you saw what happened at FurPoc, didn't you? I didn't know what to do.
Oh yeah, you told
I
me.
walked up, like twist someone's nipple, grab their butt, and then moan and walk away. They just looked at me like, "What the heck?"
Pretty much what I do.
This one guy runs after me. He's like, "You're not CJ.
No.
You didn't twist my nipple enough."
You're not CJ. I wasn't in pain when we were done hanging
Not
out.
CJ. This isn't clear. This isn't gay enough. Actually, I could tell.
So Shisha's upset that Majora's head is here.
Oh,
Yeah. Or wondering.
well, I'm upset.
well, it
that
has to
she's
do with
not
the
here.
We'll
movie.
explain. We'll explain
it has to do with the
Shisha.
movie. And
Yeah.
actually, Majora's watching. He tuned in. So,
Oh, okay. Nice.
so hi, Majora.
Hi, Majora. Let's see.
Is he in chat? Is that where he talked?
I don't know. No, Shisha messaged me on Telegram and was wondering what was going on.
I was looking for
Yeah.
the chat room.
Cool. I just realized I have it
Yeah,
too.
we got Majora Bajaku. Oh, I'll talk about it later.
Okay, nice. Okay, I am pretty much ready to go. I think. Let me just get rid of that.
CJ
Do we have any videos or anything we need to show? Well,
What?
there is a ton of this stuff.
Look at your shot.
Oh
Head
yeah.
peeking out from behind.
Cute. He's cute.
Hold on, I just realized I need to get a bunch of this
would,
multimedia ready.
Nothing.
Yeah, I don't think she said anything.
I didn't say anything. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm actually a dog.
All right, drag this over. It's gonna be a bit, guys. I just realized I gotta drag all this stuff.
Oh, you
over.
saw that too? I love that man.
That was cool. Pharaoh. Hey Pharaoh. Pharaoh. Hey Pharaoh. Pharaoh. Hey. Hey.
Hey, what?
Hey.
Yeah.
Ro.
Yeah. What?
Rofe. Rofe. Steven?
Roofies?
Roofies? Pharaoh roofies? Roofie? Pharaoh? Ecstasy?
I don't want any of your roofies.
You're blue though.
Might start moaning.
All right, I'm gonna open.
What do you want?
Hi.
Fuck off.
What do you want? There's a ghost.
I think that's pretty much it, right?
Or what?
Uh,
Oh. Oh, okay. Wait, what dude?
okay.
Oh.
Other than the in the media segment, I don't think there's anything else in news that we need to show, right, on the video feed later.
Oh, yeah.
What?
What? Oh, I'm saying besides the in the media stuff, I don't think there's anything else we really need to show in the video feed quite yet, right? Like it's just all this stuff, and I got that movie. Let me put the Donald Trump thing there.
Oh, you're doing the Donald Trump thing?
Yeah, we'll do it during the break. We'll just show it. It's funny, so it's worth talking about. Oh my God, there are so many.
Wait, never mind. I was gonna stalk, but I'm just not even gonna do it. Just gonna
You're
get
gonna
out
not?
of this. Just gonna stop. Just gonna not even.
All right, we got a lot of people.
I know.
Are we
We're
pretty
okay.
much ready to start, guys?
Almost. I mean, we have 4 minutes until the show actually starts.
Yeah, I know. We're early tonight.
I was even here early. That was a surprise.
I know, right?
I should have straightened my hair. I should have done it.
See, I wish that camera could be up higher so that like you could see CJ better, but the problem is then it would block the TV.
You got this little blue thing right in front of CJ's face.
Of course, blue things always fucking block me. I know you're looking at me. I could feel it. Don't. Look away.
Wow, that's really creepy.
What's
What?
creepy?
That
Yeah, that is kind of creepy.
that is creepy.
It's gonna be a meme.
Well, it's Pharaoh, so
Yeah.
it is really creepy. If I saw Pharaoh in a dark alley, I'd poop. All over him.
Wow. All right. I think we're gonna be good. What is my life? Why do I do this? I don't even know where. I don't even like. I had one of those moments earlier today where I'm like, what the hell is my life? Like, what what am I doing? Man.
It's me every morning.
Yeah, pretty
My
much.
way to work.
All right. Let me just send them.
Everyone, we have no snow. It's not snowing here.
Yeah,
there is
guys,
nothing.
there's so many. You know what? I'm going to state that in the show, actually. In fact, you know what? I'm going to put that in the intro just so I can remind myself.
No snow.
We don't have any fucking snow. We don't live in NYC. There we go. We can just talk about that. All right. And that's pretty much it. And then I just get news music ready.
Hey, did you guys get any snow?
No. Did you? Oh, that's right. You live 15 minutes away. So, oh yeah, no. Jeez. All right. Actually,
I'm kind of avoiding the snow. Like my state is covered in snow right now.
Yeah.
You didn't even know. I was like, you can't go home. You're trapped here now.
And then I thought, oh, good thing I'm not with Pharaoh.
What does I drive through DC? Oh, you can't go through DC because everyone just dies when they try to drive in DC.
No, someone's been uploading pictures of DC. I would never go back. They're like,
honestly,
the
like
metro's
when
closed
I
until
when I
Monday.
visit in DC recently visiting Freeze, their highway system is a clusterfuck. Like I always find it annoying when like you know the highway will like fork off like to another highway, but then like right then there's the exit you need to get on. So it's
I
like you
know.
need to get on the highway and then move over like 6 lanes to get off the exit. They do that all the time in DC. Like every other highway you get onto or off of, it's like you have to like go to the left, go to the right, go to the left, go to the right to get on the right highway. It's like man. Drives me crazy.
I'll merge on the freeway, and it'll be like GPS will say, turn right in 0.5 miles.
Right.
And there's like 6 lanes, and they're all full of traffic. It's like, oh, nice.
Nice.
Well, it's more like, oh, there's half an inch of snow in DC. I'm going to still go 55 and merge as fast as I can. Oh my God, my car has lost control. How could this have ever happened?
And it's just like, you know, it's funny because like we get like feet of snow here regularly, like, you know, meters of snow. And it's like, I mean, we're ready for it because we have the infrastructure to deal with it. Everybody knows how to drive here in it. All of our roads are salted, pre-salted and salted during storms. But it's like DC doesn't do any of that. They don't have any of the infrastructure. They don't salt their roads. Nobody has any experience driving in any of that shit. So it's
Do they
like,
use
you know,
sand?
Oh.
I don't know what they use there.
I don't know. Salt
Felt-
can mess up the water system
felt
too.
bad because like I'm in a group chat on Telegram. Like a lot of people are from like those states.
Right.
I'm like laughing at them. I'm like, sucks to be you guys. Dude, this is horrible. I'm like, that's like a daily thing for us. Like, that's not even a thing. Like, oh, it's snowing outside. Great. Like,
We'll drip the corners. Watch this.
yeah, like, hey,
I'm going to hit this corner going 50. Ready?
I regularly do that. Like when I'm
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
like that's normal for us.
Yo, dude, hold my steering wheel.
Somebody was like, oh, isn't like 3 feet like not normal? I'm like, in Buffalo, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, it's just not even.
Well, the one year we got more than a meter of snow, and I think like 2 or 3 days. And I mean,
And who still had to go to work? Probably all of us.
all of us. Yeah,
All of us did.
it was. Yeah, I remember in a lot of the roads, the snow was up higher than the actual like underbelly, like bezel
Yeah.
of my car and everything. So it was like, you know, you were just pushing snow around as you were
Still
driving.
going to work. Yeah, and like in your country, in
Yeah,
in
my
your state.
country.
In your country.
Lucy, this country.
It's pretty much it's pretty
My
much your
country. Where's my country?
Folks do live in their own country.
They got like what? You guys are like a half foot of snow. And like everything's like people are like it's on fire. The whole state's on fire.
It might as well be. Yeah.
We're all gonna die.
I don't really claim Virginia or North Carolina as my home state. I'm from the West, so Washington State,
Where do you live right now?
North Carolina.
So
I
it's
just
your
moved
country.
again.
That's your country.
What country do you live in, North Carolina?
Like a legal form, fill in your country, North Carolina. Sir, that's a state.
There's a guy that was deployed, and he was overseas, and like, where do you live? You're from the U.S., right? He's like, no, I'm from Texas.
Yeah, well, people in
the
Texas
country
are
of
like,
Texas.
that's what they think, though.
What about the country of Ontario?
No, I think they got just a couple of feet.
Oh, well, still.
Yeah.
Wow.
For here, that's like.
Hey, we probably should start the show now.
We probably should.
Now we're late.
I thought we were
All
supposed to be. Oh, yeah, that's right. We are late.
All right.
When are we ever on time?
I'm late. Guys, I'm pregnant.
Wow.
I'm gonna have little puppies.
All right. Whenever you guys are ready.
I'll put them all down.
Still kicking your kids downstairs.
Do you guys want me to start the show?
Yes.
Yeah, probably
Okay.
the best.
All right. Here we go.
You started it.
Wait, are we recording and everything? We're all good on everything? We got tons of people tuned. All right, here we go. Welcome to FurCast, episode 224. I'm your host of this evening, Paradox, the Red Wolf, I think. Yeah, something like that.
Not sure. Change colors.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit.
I'm your blue and confused fox, Pharaoh.
I'm your guest, Lucidus Lux, the fox, wolf mix.
Wow.
I'm your like 10% pink husky host. CJ.
10%?
It's like
We're
10%.
just all changing our colors. We're just dialing in.
I mean, no. I mean, think about it though. Logically, I am like only like 10%. It's just
Oh,
a
okay.
stripe. That's all it is. Just a stripe.
Wow.
Yet everyone says.
You're the pink husky.
Everyone says I'm the pink husky. I'm like, look at, there's not even that much pink. Okay, whatever.
Yeah. It's not like all of you's pink. You're not like illuminating pink.
Whatever, Mom.
You're the pink highlighted husky.
Exactly.
You're
How
just
about that?
that-
I have pink highlights.
You're just that gay.
Well, I can't really disagree with that one, so I guess I'm kind of boned.
Oh my
Nodded.
God.
Nodded.
So, Lucidus, you're back. You're back on the
Yes.
show for the second time.
I am back.
How's that going for you?
Oh, very well. Actually, I came up for the movie that we'll talk
So,
about.
do we want to just jump into that first and just talk about that first, just to get this out of the way, because I think it's fresh on your minds. And okay, so first things first, we got to clear this up. We can't discuss the movie because you guys are under an NDA, but we can discuss your experience with the production crew and driving there, and the things that happened. So what? So you guys are extras in a Hollywood movie now.
Yep. We can't even say names or who we're involved with, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was definitely an interesting experience.
So you guys, apparently this is like a fursuit sex scene,
Well,
sort
no.
of. No, it's not. Okay,
well,
what is it?
That's part of the reason why we have all the heads.
Okay,
If you want to
yeah.
pan around.
There's heads
so we
behind
got
everybody
behind,
right
behind
there.
Pharaoh, we have
Behind
Majora.
me, there's one.
We have Majora, and then that's me, the other. that's my new head. My new head is the fox over there next to Majora, and that's Saris. And then behind you, we have Bajaku, who's actually kind of next to me in a lot of the scenes. Behind you, Paradox. Sorry, you're all over the place. And then we have Clueless back here behind CJ, who's kind of peeking out. And then we had Pharaoh, and we had a couple other people.
So you brought a bunch of suits with you. So what was? I mean, Pharaoh, we've dealt with production companies before, and we've been joking on it for the past couple of FurCast episodes that dealing with production companies is the most. It is the most obnoxious thing ever. Like, they're so disorganized. So first of all, they changed the date on you.
Yeah.
Like less than 24 hours before you're supposed to go.
Yeah, so I'm coming. I was gonna come up here
Right.
to do the whole thing, and they're like, "Oh no, we're gonna change it to this Thursday." And I was gonna go to A&E,
Right.
and like, well, screw A&E because I want to do this. I guess I'll just catch the tail end if I catch it at all. And then I thought they had moved both days, but it turns out they only moved one day. So the next shooting date is next Thursday.
Right.
Wednesday.
No, it's Wednesday.
Oh, now it's Wednesday, so they changed it again.
Look, they just
Anyway.
changed it.
So I'm thinking 15 hours one way, 30 hours round trip, and it just dumped snow in DC.
Wow.
I think I'm just gonna dick around here for a
Well,
while.
at least you can hang out
You
here.
forgot your passports. We can't even go to Canada.
yeah, I forgot my.
Oh, come on.
I know. You talked about going up there all this time.
I know. Anyway, so we come up here. I'm sorry. What were we talking?
Well, okay. So you're coming up here. You're going to be staying
Yep.
around here for a few days.
Yep.
Hooray, Snuggles. But you drove with Pharaoh. You guys went. So how was this whole situation? I mean, you guys were basically, you're telling me you were basically treated like celebrities
So,
too?
I guess I could begin part of it. So we get up there, and okay.
I mean, I'll start. But
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'm not sure how much.
So
we should
just
talk about.
just you walking in, explain that. How did that go?
We walk into a church,
Okay.
and these people are kind of staring at us. And we walk in, and the casting's like, "Well, who are you?" Looking for our name on a list, and they can't find us. And that's
because I never went through
Yeah.
casting. I went straight through the actual team.
so we drop the producer's name, and they're like, "Oh, well, let's get on the walkie and find out about this." And so we all sit down, and everyone's kind of staring at us. And
Right.
of course,
So they walk. You guys walk in and they're like, "Who the hell are you guys?" And then when they find out,
and we're
like,
younger.
you're the furries.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "You guys get
So-
your own private room. You guys get all this food. You guys get like they're just like treated
Pretty
like
much.
celebrities." It's just
I just got back from FC, and I had like dyed blue and red hair, and I'm like, I don't want to show up with a ridiculous hair, so I bleached my hair, and it turns out it's just like urine yellow. It's ridiculous. But anyway, so I show up with a hoodie on, and we're all sitting there, and all these older people are staring at us. They're like, "You guys, are you the real furries?" And I'm like, well, yeah. And they're like, oh, and then of course he comes over. This guy comes over, the guy who works with casting, who's normally works with like big name actors, and he comes over. He's like, takes his ear thing out, and he's like, "Okay, what'd you guys bring?" We're like, "Yeah, we brought her." She's like, "Okay, what's a furry?" Like, we heard it's just like people that like grind on each other in parties and have sex, and just went through the stereotype.
right. So and you guys were just sitting there like, "Oh, of course."
And of course we just go through the spiel.
so you explain furry, all that whole
Yeah.
stuff, what it really is.
And then when he finds out who we are, he's like, "You guys get your own room, and hey, we want to put you in charge, like fit these suits and blah blah blah." And so I go out and bring the heads in. He's like, "Just put them up on the stage." And so
Right.
we had 7 suits.
Okay.
Just all this head in the back seat. Anyway, so I come in, as soon as I see like Pharaoh's head and all the like, all the different styles of heads, they all just like start clapping. They're like, "Yeah!" You all get all excited because they see all these, these.
So
heads.
the other extras were like townspeople. They were like there were like a lot of elderly people and stuff like that. They're supposed to be. So
There was.
So did they know about the furry stuff? Were they like cheering for you guys, or like who was?
Everybody kind of did, because no one knew what it was. Not even the people that was in it. They just like,
Right.
"What is furry?" Because I mean, no,
Yeah. So we
probably-
could jump into fair. I mean, what? So I mean, you guys must have done a million takes, right? I mean, you guys were there from what was it like a
3 to 1 a.m.
3 p.m.
3:30 p.m. to 1
3:30.
a.m.
You were there till
doing
1 a.m.
doing
Holy
one
shit.
scene.
Wow.
One scene.
Yeah, that's
Jeez.
sounds like typical movie production there. But wow. So of course they were trying to do their own thing with suits, but they didn't really know what furry was. So you guys walked in and kind of showed them the ropes of like what furry actually is, and obviously impressed them. But do you guys want to talk about the suits that they had? I have a picture ready on the video feed, but do you want to talk about this a little bit?
Pharaoh, do you want to?
Pharaoh, you're being completely silent for some reason.
Want to talk about this? I'll just say one of the heads was paper mache
Okay.
with like carpet on it.
Oh no.
I'm trying to be, conservative of where we talk and what we talk about, as in that.
Well, we're not talking about the movie itself at all, but I mean, like,
I know, but the NDA is actually kind of strict on what we can.
Well-
But anyhow, I wanted to more just touch on the actual experience itself.
yeah, that's what I want though. I mean,
Yeah.
go ahead. Yeah.
I don't know. I had quite a bit of a blast going there, because it was a whole different experience. And while we say, production companies are really disorganized, they weren't really disorganized, but they were very well, like, I don't know. To be honest, everyone that I worked with while I was there was absolutely fantastic. Like,
Yeah.
that was probably one of the best experiences, is like everyone was so friendly, kind, and like even the person that was working with us to, get everything situated and set up, like, he was so surprised at how less needy we were. Like, we're like, "No, we got this. We'll handle this."
Yeah.
He was like, "Do you guys need like food? Do you need water?" And we're like, "No."
He kept checking in on us.
He kept like, was like
Yeah.
always like trying to check in and make sure that everything was okay. And I don't know, it was just that everyone had really high end, high personalities, really funny, joking. Everyone had a kind of story to tell. But
That's awesome.
I don't know. It was funny though, just explaining furry in general, because no one actually even knew anything about it. And then actually explaining it, people were like, "Oh my God, this sounds like the most amazing thing ever."
Didn't you like invite a few of them to a con or something?
They're like,
that?
yeah, they're like, how do I go to a con? Like, can I just go to a con? Like, how do I get involved?
Where do I buy these suits? Can I pick them up somewhere? Like
Yeah.
And then,
Walmart?
so they're like, "Oh my God, this sounds amazing." And they're like, "We got this wrong. We got this so wrong." And I was like, "Yeah, Yeah.
You did. You got it wrong.
You fucked up.
But in general, like, I don't know, the movie's a comedy movie. So in general, I knew it was going to be something like along those lines. So you know, can't really say any details, but it was still funny. So the one suit is not being used in the movie, so we do have permission to show it. And you tweeted about this, so I've actually got your tweet up on the screen, and it says, "Look at me now, Mr. Krabs." And what is this supposed to be right here? that's a deer.
That's a deer.
That's the deer.
That is creepy.
So like just look at that. Like that's what we were looking at.
Why are the legs like at its waist?
We don't know.
Pretty sure that was used in a porno, because they smelled like 80s sex. It was
No, these ones were from these were donated from like the Wildlife Foundation.
Why? But it's not. Just God, that's.
What it sounded like, these were used because they're afraid to use full masks. It would scare the kids, but I think that's more scary than anything else.
Dude,
I think
I'd be
that's like-
more, if I was a kid,
that's
I'd be
fucking-
freaked out by that. Like over like in a real fursuit. Like
That's horrifying. Like,
Yeah.
just oh God.
I was literally just gonna say, if anybody's ever scared of a fursuit, show them that. Like, no, this is what you should be scared of.
So,
In comparison.
but wow. So I mean, you guys were there until like 1 a.m. and you guys are going back next week, right?
Yeah.
To film another
Supposedly.
scene and stuff, or supposedly. But well, that's awesome, and yeah, that's really cool that you guys get to just deal with all those production people. And I was saying to you guys earlier, dealing with these production crews is such a small world. So I definitely hope, especially now, like Farrah, you're mentioning to me, like, you're now texting back and forth with the executive producer. I hope that builds connections for you in general, because it's like, stuff gets around, and you might get contacted in the future. Who knows? But
I'm definitely not taking any role of any kind of furry ambassador. Believe me, not on this.
can we reveal the name of the movie?
No.
no,
you're not. You can't. Okay,
Nope.
that's fine. But well, when we can at some point, we definitely will to you guys in the audience. And any idea on maybe release maybe in a year or so?
Probably, from what it sounded like,
Maybe.
they're not even finishing until next week. So then production actually happens. So it's probably about a year and a half for full production, movie production.
Okay. So it's gonna be like a year and a half before it gets released. Cool. Well, we'll keep you guys posted in the FurCast audience. You guys are gonna be in the credits of the movie, right? Pretty much. Are the suits gonna be in the? I'd imagine that.
Probably our names. I mean,
probably.
I
I don't know what we're supposed to talk about with that, so I'm not going to mention anything.
I have no idea, to be honest.
Possibly,
Okay.
maybe.
Cool.
So
Okay. Well, neat. Is there anything else you wanted to mention about the whole experience?
I was just impressed by the people, even just the people had no idea what furry was.
Right.
There were several people after we were all done, she's like, I just want to give you a hug, and the jaws move on ours, of course, movable jaws.
Oh,
Well, you were just ham boning everything.
I was. And
my
there's these
God.
older ladies that were just like, hi, just
Right.
come over and give me a hug. And when I started talking, they just lost it. They're like, oh my goodness, he talks.
Well, you also mentioned that a lot of the extras didn't necessarily know what they were getting into with what some of the scenes were about too. So it's that's
and
No, be
and
careful on that.
I don't want
it's not really revealing that much.
I don't know.
Okay.
I just know that we were not what they expected, and so when we hugged them and stuff, and
Right.
this one lady sought me out. She's like, "I just love your suit," and she just gave me all these hugs constantly. It was great. I would sit there and just peer over at someone, just be peek around. Just be
So while we're in story mode here, why don't we jump to something we can talk about? FC. You went to FC, right?
yes, FC. Oh my goodness. So this is my first time
At FC.
at FC, and FC was a party con.
What makes it a party con versus another con?
Oh my word. I don't remember a couple days. No, it's all focused around. I'm sure there's panels and stuff. I didn't go to hardly any of the panels, but it's just all these parties. There's a psychedelic room. There was a grilled cheese party room, and the whole the whole fourth floor.
There's a grilled cheese
There was
party.
a grilled, and I thought it was a code word for some drug, but no,
Right.
it was really good grilled cheese
That was
sandwiches.
do you remember Fur Fright when they had Cake Con?
Yeah.
But that got shut down.
Yeah, I remember.
So-
Cake.
So these guys in,
Cake Con. I miss Cake Con.
Con
That
was the best.
That was so great.
So these guys in Speedos were serving us grilled cheese sandwiches on these silver platters, and I'm like, okay.
Yo, that's awesome.
So anyway,
That is awesome.
So the fourth floor is the party floor, and
Okay.
the hotel tapes the entire floor off with plastic. The entire floor, all the rooms,
Really?
everything, and almost every single room has a party in it.
Wait. The hotel.
Yeah.
They cover everything in plastic?
The 4th floor, because every single room is a party room on that floor.
Wow.
So, and every single, like, they have like a guard in front of every door, and they're like, show me your ID. And I show them my ID, but I don't even take my head off. And they're like, okay, you're good. I'm like, okay. So I go inside, and it was nuts. Like, there was so many things going on. Yeah. Someone gave me like a vape or something, and it had some interesting stuff in it.
Okay. Well, yeah, so you had a good time.
And then
And then you got kidnapped. Tell it.
oh yeah, then I got kicked. So like I'm like, I don't know what. I'm like hammered, and I was just like losing it. Like I couldn't remember where I was. I'd been in suit up to 8 hours that day, hadn't ate anything, hadn't drank anything, hadn't even taken my head off. I didn't even know what day it was.
Right.
And wandering around trying to find my room, completely lost. And this couple comes up, and they're clearly not furry. And I could smell. I mean, I was high, and I could still smell the alcohol through my head as she was approaching me. She's swinging this like champagne glass around.
So, real quick, didn't you mention that this woman seems really familiar to the same couple that hit up Pharaoh?
No, it was Artie.
It was Artie that they. Yeah.
So I
Oh,
was
that
telling-
story.
I was
I think it's the same
It's
couple.
the same couple.
I think it's the same exact couple, and I think they're just going to conventions now and hitting on fursuiters.
So I almost got kidnapped. So I was telling Pharaoh this story.
I have
He's
a video
like,
of her.
He's like, no way. He's like, that just happened. This guy in like this leather jacket and this lady in like this party dress swinging this champagne glass. She comes up to me and she just puts her hand on my shoulder. She's like, can I ask you a personal question? and I'm like, yeah. She's like, you look like my dog's chew toy. Can I take a picture with you? And I'm like, sure. And she like takes a picture, and then she's like grabbing my arm and like rubbing one peck. And she's like, you're kind of hot. She's like, I like you. And then like she switches, and he's like, yeah, can I take a picture with you too? And I'm like, okay. So she like grabs the camera, and she's like shaking all over the place. It probably didn't even turn out. And he grabs my other arm. He's like, yeah, you're really nice. And he's just like rubbing. And then they both come up, and they're like grabbing both arms, just like, you're kind of really hot. And they're just like both rubbing my chest, and they're like trying to like tug me away from the audience that I was in.
Oh my
and I'm
God.
Thinking, I'm high, and these people are creepy. I can't imagine how much more creepy they are if I wasn't high.
Right.
Oh my god.
I'm like, I gotta get out of here. So I like run away to like this other fur, and he's like pulling me on a couch, taking pictures and stuff. And then like they're following me. And he's like photographing me like as I'm walking away, and then I like leave that, and he's still following me. He's like, "Hey man!" He like grabs my arm. He's like taking more pictures. He's like, "You're kind of hot." And I remember one moment I was thinking, they're gonna drag me off to their hotel room and try to make me their toy, and they might pull me out of con space or something. And I'm like, I gotta get out of here.
Oh my god.
That's terrifying.
I know. I almost got kidnapped, and I'm thinking this is not good because I'm not really thinking straight, and I'm gonna wake up with like something weird on me or something in some random place tied up.
Like, who are these people that are like going to cons? And
I have no idea, but
it's so funny because like furries worry so much about how they're perceived badly, and what's funny is like every human I've ever met at a con that asks about the con is always either disappointed to learn that it's not all about sex or wants it to be all about that. It's just funny how that happens so often. Like people are like, "Ah, that's really hot. Do you like fucking your suit?" And it's like, "No." And they're like, "Oh, that's too bad."
well, I would like go to the parties, and they were just like, I was like getting pulled in like 3 different directions. Like these people are like paws all over you, and I'm just like, yeah, I probably lead this party. And
Yeah.
It was anyway. So FC was pretty wild. It was nice. The weather was nice. There's nice areas, nice restaurants. Got to hang out with a lot of cool people.
Cool. So you had a good time at FC? You didn't drive there, right?
No, I flew.
Okay,
And
good.
So I flew there, and I didn't even notice my plane ticket was. It looked like it was 9:30 a.m. when I was flying out in Texas. When I was coming in at 8:15, it was 9:30 p.m. So I had like a 13-hour layover. Like, I'm not doing this in Texas.
Oh man.
So yeah, it was
there you
good.
go.
It was pretty seamless. But I was really tired. It took me several days recovering from that con.
So of course we have a bunch of other stuff to talk about for the intro of the show before we jump into news. And one thing is, guys, we don't have any snow. Seriously, so many of you have messaged us and been like, "So you guys are getting hammered really hard." No, that's Washington, D.C. We live in Buffalo, New York, which is near Niagara Falls. No, we don't live in New York City. New York City is 8 hours that way. Okay?
You know what? There's
so
nothing.
many people have messaged me and been like,
Oh,
"Yes,
be
so
safe."
how's the snow?" And I'm like, "There's no snow, guys."
We're like in a bubble of protection right now of nothing being
Surprisingly.
snow. Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong. Buffalo normally does get hammered with snow, but right now we're not. DC is getting hammered with snow, which is also why it's such a big deal because that doesn't normally happen to DC. But yeah, just clarifying, there's nothing happening, guys.
Jeez, all the snow outside. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, all of it.
Snow apocalypse.
So, do we want to open mail or what do we want to do?
I should open mail
I said we
next.
open mail.
Yeah.
It's just sitting right
Okay,
here.
go ahead.
It's yours.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it says
does
Paradox.
it really
on
say
it.
Paradox?
Paradox
Oh,
Wolf.
this says Paradox on it.
And
Okay.
This says Paradox.
Yeah, it's for you.
This one says Marshmallow Gift Pack, and it's from Great Britain, apparently. So I will open up this. I cannot believe that some of you guys spend the amount of money you must spend to ship us stuff from different continents and have it go through customs and everything like that. But anyway, so let's see what this is. And is that one addressed to me as well? It looks like it is.
Yeah.
Let's see what this is. Well, it's covered in cardboard. It says BOOMF, so boomf, apparently. And
It's a boomph.
yeah, I don't want to open. Oh, okay, it opens that way. I just got to tear this stupid little plastic thing that's always annoying. There we go. Oh my god, it's it. Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god. They're
is it?
these custom marshmallows that say, "Hello, I'm a Moaner," and Dog Dick Red, and Blue Fox, and Pink Husky, and Red Wolf. I will
That's
show.
whoa. And
Well,
not.
These are actually marshmallows, like you can squish them.
That's actually pretty amazing.
Wow, these are like.
I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that at all.
I was not. There's a little piece of paper that indicates what they are, but
This is so fucking cool.
yeah, that's really.
There's a note here in the back. It says, "Merry late Christmas, FurCast. Hugs from the UK, Ashton."
There you go. Well,
Ice season dick pics, Blue Fox Red, Dog Dick Red. Hello, I'm a Moaner. I love that one.
give that to somebody.
Dog Dick Red. And then there's a Blue Fox.
Dog dick red.
Ices and Dick.
All right, this one says open on the
Hello, I'm a moaner.
open on FC first. It says. So I think this one. I think what they meant by that is don't open this unless you're on FC.
not.
Shout out to Ashton for that, by the way. That's really funny. So, oh god, why is this addressed to me? It says you're a total fox, and in case you don't believe me, here's a second opinion, and a third, and a fourth, and a fifth. It's just a bunch of foxes saying I'm a fox. Happy New Year to Paradox CJ, and last but not least, Pharaoh from Devon D. Parlay. There we go.
They sent one to me and they colored all the foxes blue.
Did they really?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Oh my god.
Thank you very much. That's adorable. This is definitely going up on a shelf. Oh, let me just show it to this camera because I can get it a little closer. You're a total fox.
I saw, I don't know where I saw it. Someone originally posted that. I think it was on Twitter, and I was like, oh my god, I want that card. Where did you find that card? And they found it and then just sent it to us. So I'm impressed.
That's awesome. Well, thank you to you guys. All right. What else is there to shout out here? Oh, I had something that I wanted to mention before we got started with the show. So you guys know the orange little swoosh that's in the graphics down there and also on the website and everything like that? Do you guys know what that is?
No.
Try and
Dick.
guess. No, it's not. It has nothing to do with
dick.
dicks. Unfortunately.
Isn't that like a Greek symbol or something?
No.
Latin?
No, I'm talking about the squiggle, like the little swoosh, which is literally what we call it.
Oh.
And all of the assets, when we design the graphics, it's just called the swoosh.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
The swoosh.
it's a swoosh.
The swoosh.
But do you know what it's made from?
no.
All right, so
Come.
When I think of swoosh, I think Nike.
okay,
Like the swoosh.
So
symbol.
the swoosh in the lower third is it was a camera on a tripod in New York City, and a friend of mine moved the camera up and down while a car drove by in a long exposure at night. So that the swoosh in the graphics is actually like car headlights, but it's moving up and down because the camera moved up and
Like
down.
that.
That swoosh. Right. Like
Yo, I could totally see that now. I'm so pissed that you told me that because now I'm gonna see that every single time
Now
I
you're
look
gonna
at
see
it.
that?
I can't see it, and I don't think I'm gonna try.
if I do, let's see, fast swoosh, I can make it do that. I can make it move quickly. But
I could totally see that. Yeah, because like the yellowness sort of totally looks like headlights.
yeah, if I just kill that and then I can just do the swoosh loop,
Someone said Pharaoh's Musk.
just the swoosh. You can see it there. Just that little swoosh in the graphic on the bottom there is that's car headlights.
I could see that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And of course it moves, and we've got it all set up to move and everything like that. But yeah,
It's not. So that's not copyrighted then.
No, it's not car. No,
Car
it's not.
headlights.
I don't think you can do that. But just a random thing, because somebody asked me this week, and I just realized that we never explained that. And last thing, shout out to any Novafurs. Apparently, a bunch of Novafurs have started watching the show. I think probably because there was like a Telegram group chat and somebody mentioned it. So shout out to Novafurs if there's any of you guys tuned in. And just last but not least, I just want to. Well, actually, two things. First thing is I just want to remind everybody that we have other shows besides FurCast that we produce. I produce a show on Friday nights, usually like once a month at this point, which is about electronic music. And then we also have a classical music show. You can get links at the top of the FurCast website. But since a lot of you guys are new, figured I'd mention we do other shows besides this one. And all of them are less shit than this one. And last but not least, I just wanted to shout out Twilord for a donation. Because Twilord sent us a little... It was supposed to be a Christmas gift, but something didn't go through, so he sent it again, and so we have it now. So shout out to Twilord for that. And last but not least, actual last thing, I promise, is just a last-minute reminder that IRC, our chat room, is going through some issues. So just always stay tuned to the chat page on the FurCast website. I've been trying to keep the FurCast Twitter account updated. We had an issue yesterday. We had a server failure, and so there was a bunch of issues with people connecting to the chat room. I mean, it didn't really matter because the show wasn't on, but just to let you guys know, we are aware of that stuff. We're working on it. It's been kind of just a hassle to really deal with all that stuff.
God, CJ.
But yeah,
I saw it was perfect. I couldn't not just do it. Like
You fucked up.
I didn't fuck up. That was on purpose because I saw it. And I was like, whoop.
You looked at porn and then the chat room went nuts.
really.
Yeah, when you were showing.
Well, what's funny is
on that camera. Okay, look. Can you take the banner off?
yeah, here.
Because you had the banner off, and this is exactly what happened.
So the banner was off, and then
I
nice.
Wait, no. Oh, no. Wait, hold on. Let me do it again. I went, ooh.
Very nice. That's great.
Oh my god.
That was like a once in a lifetime. I just saw it, and I was like, I got to do it.
It's like a once in a lifetime. That's every show.
Yeah, but not the banner's not always off though.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. The
hiding it
banner's not
every
always
show.
off. That was the only reason you could see my computer.
You need your own censor bar.
I do need a censor bar.
Where's my censor bar?
My life needs a censor
We'll actually
bar.
just make the graphics say that. The graphics will just say censored.
Put it over CJ.
But let me switch to that camera because it blocks my screen every single
Yeah,
time.
exactly. There
Censored.
we go. That's actually by design. That was actually the whole point. That's actually the only reason we have graphics.
Just to block my screen.
Just to block CJ's screen. We now jump to our In the Media segment. So right before we jump into news, we just have a bunch of just random stuff from the internet, Twitter, YouTube to shout out. And the first thing is apparently some of the guys from Mythbusters, including Adam Savage, did another AMA on Reddit. And somebody asked Adam Savage, hey, Adam, so we know Jamie is a walrus. What animal are you? And Adam Savage from Mythbusters replied, I'm a fox.
He doesn't understand. Careful the words you use.
Wrong answer.
Very wrong answer. So there you go.
He needs to be educated.
Oh, he will be with the internet now.
Oh yeah.
But shout out to Skylar Foxy on Twitter, by the way, for mentioning that and tweeting that. It was pretty funny. And another Twitter shout out is for Huskoon. Now, Huskoon posted these really interesting GIFs on Twitter. This one says the history of furry conventions in North America in map form. And you can see the date actually changes. Let me just get rid of the banner as well for this. And you can see the date changes, and it actually starts to show the buildup of furry conventions in the U.S. And it's just the tweet went around all over the place. I retweeted it, Favor retweeted it, CJ retweeted it. But yeah, so just shout out to Huskoon for this. It's really cool. And it just shows how much furry conventions are spreading. And right around the time he tweeted this, Huskoon also tweeted this graph about furry convention attendance in North America and just how much it's growing. And it's just really, really cool. But it says FurryCon attendance in North America is projected to break 52,000 in 2016. Growth has been increasing 16.6% annually.
That's impressive actually.
So yeah, the furry fandom's exploding, as you can see.
As the
Yay.
internet mounts up more and more.
Yeah.
I think.
So
Maybe
we're-
not. I don't know.
Because we're more interesting people than most people.
Yeah,
We're
All the suits are getting better too.
that's true.
So
And
Yeah,
I'm
pretty sure
And
we
there's
know.
a lot more of them.
There's this
Also.
old website that I browse every once in a while, which is kind of like it has like it's not VCL, but it has like some old like porn and stuff on it, and it was by these. I think it was by a couple guys in the UK, but they basically made a web server where they would each have like their own profiles. They basically made their own.
old porn.
They made their own personal art sites. But anyway, I found a photo archive on there. And the photo archive was of pictures of Anthrocon, like from the 1990s.
Oh, I've seen
It
those.
was terrifying.
I've seen
I mean,
those.
I was clicking through and it was just like, wow.
It's like the 1980s suits we were shooting with.
yeah, pretty much.
That was furry like back in the day. Like think about it.
Pharaoh, I'm pretty sure we converted some people there.
Oh, I know we did.
They're
that
like,
was the
they're
best
like,
part.
I want to do this. I didn't know this was a thing.
I didn't know how cool this was.
Yeah. That always happens. People always figure out how cool furry really is, you know? And it's like when people realize that furry isn't about a single topic, it's just kind of limitless potential of who you are. People are like, oh,
That's what it's all about.
that's what it's all about. And so it's
I will
kind of
just say that I am not responsible for endorsing or promoting furry from this movie. This is not
Me
a good
either.
representation. But it's still funny.
It's not a good representation of furry, but it'll probably be hilarious.
I hope so.
I cannot wait, by the
I
way.
hope so.
Yeah. So,
So much we can say later.
So, last thing to mention, that is, I had mentioned weeks and weeks and weeks back, I don't remember when, but I mentioned a short film that was done for a film festival. It's a movie, it's only like a 5-minute little short film, but it was called A Tale of Forbidden Love. And usually if you just Google search A Tale of Forbidden Love shot on red, because that was like what it was like also to prove like what you could do with a red camera at the time because it was shot a long time ago. But it's a short film and they marketed it as a comedy, at least the director did, and I read a bunch of the behind the scenes information, which is really fascinating the way they filmed it. But the movie is sort of about a zoosexual and or a zoophile, whatever you want to call them, and you don't really realize this until the end. And again, they market it as humor, but I mean, you know, and I actually just watched it with Lucidus earlier yesterday, and it's really sad.
It is really sad at the end. I mean, I guess you kind of step into someone else's world just for a second, and you just kind of realize kind of what they're going through with like forbidden like attractions almost. And I mean, it's interesting. It opens your eyes a little bit just to like taking away more of the taboo of it and just kind of just looking into like someone else's world. I mean, for me and myself, I'm always a person that I like educating myself and just kind of taking in someone else's perspective for once.
Right.
So for me, it was kind of eye-opening a little bit. So.
And the reason that I was never able to kind of link you guys to the film is because it kind of disappeared from the internet. And I think one of the reasons is I think the director was actually ashamed of it. I don't really know that. I have no true information. I'm guessing maybe that was why it kind of disappeared. But some person uploaded it to YouTube. So it is now on YouTube. I'll just show that on the screen right there. And so we'll have a link in the show notes and everything like that. It has subtitles on it. But yeah, it's up on YouTube if anybody wants to grab it. So, or just, give it a watch. Like I said, it's really fascinating. And, I mean, again, the director marketed it as humor, so maybe you'll find it funny. I didn't find it funny. I found it tragic, but maybe you'll find it funny. I don't know. So that's that.
It's just a different perspective.
Yeah, it's just definitely a different perspective. The last thing in the media segment is a hilarious remix involving Donald Trump, which we will play in the break.
Yeah,
we'll play in the break. We're not gonna play it now, but it's funny, and that's pretty much it. So that's the end of the media segment. So, do you want to jump into news? You have something you want to talk about?
Yeah.
Oh, you have that story. That's a great story.
I know. I want to
Sorry,
start off this because a lot of people were showing this off and spreading it around, and I feel we gotta correct it right off the bat.
There was a lot of misinformation about this topic that came out about copyright and cosplay. So, yeah, we'll read that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, news.
Cosplay, copyright, and fair use. No, this is not the article that was, I would say, tumbling around social media. This is the actual true article relating to that article, which has now, I think, been sooner or later taken down for the fact that it was inaccurate and not a good representation.
The original article, which they actually do talk about in this, but the original article was called "Cosplay Goes to Supreme Court," by publicknowledge.org. And suspiciously, when you click the link, you get a 500 server error. Wonder why.
Washington. Don't panic, cosplayers. A claim that you may have seen on social media that cosplay is going to be before the Supreme Court could become copyright infringement isn't what it seems. You know, this was related to kind of people using furry and stuff like that, and yada, yada, yada. So,
well, the other thing, and Lucidus and me were talking about this earlier yesterday, like, furries don't really get hurt by this, though, because we make our own characters. We don't really...
Yeah.
Copyrighted
To a certain
us.
extent, though. I mean, every time there's a movie, like, take, for example, Zootopia, there, you know, people do imitate the characters a little bit. But for the most part, furry is... There's
own
no
entity.
There's not really any copyright in furry. Because
There's no canon.
Well,
Yeah.
like Lucidus, my character, it's, you know, I created it. So, and that's what most furries anyway, unless you're like getting into like Sonic the Hedgehog and stuff like that.
Right. But no furries...
I'm
Not,
Sonic.
my persona is Sonic. I made him.
Mike.
My persona's Sonic. I made him.
I am Sonic.
Made him popular.
I mean, the only thing that could
You know that's copyrighted, right? No, he's not. The copyrighted version of Sonic didn't have an 8-inch dick.
I'm Tails with 4 tails.
I'm Tails with just one.
I got one tail sticking out.
Actually, yeah, I'm Tails as a cunt boy. That wasn't even.
God. Oh my God.
I don't think Tails had a vagina. Excuse me, it's mine.
It's mine. I'm gonna copyright the vagina.
Yeah. Or maybe the character's copyrighted, but the penis on it isn't.
I'm not going there.
Okay.
I'm done.
Actually, Karnith did just mention something to me. Lombaxes.
And I was gonna say
Lombaxes
Lombaxes.
is a good example.
Believe me, I was going to mention Lombax. I didn't.
I love Lombaxes.
Lombaxes are adorable.
Hey, Karnith. Can't copyright sexiness.
He's pretty sexy. Saying.
With a sensational headline, cosplay goes to Supreme Court. The original blog post claiming this was published by a nonprofit Washington, D.C. based public interest group, Public Knowledge, on Tuesday as part of their Copyright Week series of discussions around copyright policy. The article claims, yes, you read that right, the Supreme Court of the United States may decide that legal statuses of those Jedi robes that you've got squirreled away. The Supreme Court is considering a case that will set the standard for when clothing and costume designs can be covered by copyright, and when people who mimic them, such as costumers or cosplayers, can be sued for potentially enormous damages. Immediately, cosplayers started panicking, but calm down, there is no reason to start hiding all of your cosplay and start lawyers up against Disney, and here is why. The article goes into claiming about cheerleading outfits, and this is where it started.
Oh, really? Really? So that's where this whole thing came from?
Clothing. Are cheerleading uniforms copyrightable?
That's a difficult one.
The original case of the article cites as going up for consideration of the Supreme Court is not even about cosplay. It involves 2 designers of cheerleading uniforms, Star Athletica and LLC and Varsity Brands Incorporated, went to court over whether their cheerleading uniforms were eligible for federal copyright protection. Varsity claims that Star violated its copyright by designing a uniform too similar to its own. Star argued in its defense that the designs were for useful articles which are not copyrightable, and that the elements copied were not physically or conceptually separate from the uniforms. So, I mean, the length is different, but the patterns are almost exactly identical, but not.
Yeah, they use an example. I'll put the example up on the screen really quick.
I mean, they're really close, but definitely not the same.
Yeah.
But it's only slight alterations to it. So, after making it all the way up to the 6th Circuit Supreme Court of Appeals, the 6th Circuit ruling eventually came in favor of Varsity, with the court deciding that uniform designs are like fabric patterns, which can be protected by copyright. The district court concluded that the cheerleading uniform is not a cheerleading uniform without stripes, chevrons, zigzags, and color blocks, and therefore Varsity's copyrights are invalid, said the 6th Circuit Judge Carolyn Nelson Moore in her opinion on August 19, 2015. Star Athletica intends to fight the ruling as it is prepared to petition the right of Centauri to have the case heard by the Supreme Court this year. But could it affect cosplay? The public knowledge article also says cosplayers are going to feel the brunt of the decision one way or the other. The Supreme Court is quite literally deciding to test which legal status of cosplay will be judged. Public knowledge says there will be a filing support of Star Atletica claiming that the vast amount of hobbyists and consumers will be impacted by the decision.
Ooh, dun dun dun.
Dun, 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 dun. So that brings us to the cosplay cease and desist. This isn't the first time that legal implications of cosplay as possible copyright infringement has come under scrutiny. In 2013, well-known replica of prop creator Vulpin Props faced legal action in the form of cease and desist order after he cosplays the infamous distinctive carpet of the Marriott Marquis Atlanta, one of the hotels that host the Dragon Con every year. And those are fucking amazing.
That's incredible.
That is amazing. I am so happy about that.
That's also where FWA is this year.
That's where FWA was?
That's where it was last year and is again this year. So
Like, that is really good.
That's so cool. Like, just, yeah. So they got caught for, were they sued for this?
They did a cease and desist for the Courtesy Incorporated designers of the Marriott Hotel carpet. So the carpet labeled them a cease and desist for the outfits that they created.
Why?
That is absolutely fantastic. It only pursued Vulpin after he offered the design on Spoonflower, an on-demand custom printing company. So they didn't even really send a cease and desist to him when he made the costumes. It's when he offered the costumes up for sale as a full license thing to make money off of that they actually did then cause a cease and desist.
Right.
Which kind of makes sense. I mean,
yeah.
because you're copying their complete pattern and then selling it as an outfit to make money off of it.
Oh, I get it. Right, okay, yeah.
Vulpin writes about the absurdity of receiving a C&D over their costume made in good fun, comparing it to all the potential violations of copyright he's made over the years, including the extremely screen-accurate prop replicas. Though he clarified that absurdity came from the C&D being from a carpet company of all things, as opposed to a video game company. But to be honest, I feel like video game companies like to see replicas made of their creations, especially from Insomniac Games. People were making like the actual guns from games that they were developing, like legitimately, like almost fully realistic level. And anytime that they had like people making these types of things, they'd actually want the people to come into the studio and take pictures with them.
yeah.
So I mean, a lot of gaming companies really like the fact when people are creative with their own games, and I feel like that's one of the things that people would like is when you kind of take something that they've made or they've designed and then blow it up to something that's actually amazing. That's something that they would never do themselves.
Right.
Someone who has like metal works and stuff, someone who has like, you know, electronic works that can actually make a full in-game replica of what they've created visually by designing is impressive. And I feel like most game companies would like that rather than, they're not going to say, oh, don't make things that we've made.
Right, and it comes down to the whole idea of copyright not being about you can't copy somebody, it's just that you can't copy them and then use that to hurt them financially type thing, right? Where it's like, you know, you have to come to this like psychological terms with the fact that like copyright doesn't stop people from enjoying your product, and you shouldn't stop people from enjoying your product if you want to do things right. I mean that, you know, and this comes down to, I mean, even the argument, and like I don't know much about the story because like I'm not I don't keep up on stories like this, but like for instance, didn't Deadmau5, he had like was it a Lamborghini or something like that, and he stylized the whole Lamborghini. I mean, it looked gorgeous. It looked so cool.
It was the Ferrari. He made
It was a Ferrari. Okay.
Yeah, he did the Nyan cat on the side of the Ferrari.
Right.
He called it the Ferrari.
Okay.
And Ferrari actually gave, like, they said, like, you can't do that to our car, and they actually like made him remove all that. And at that point, he just said, "Fuck it, have your car back." Did it to a Lamborghini, and Lamborghini's like, "Yeah, go ahead." Like, whatever. You bought it.
But that just goes to show though that like way to make your company look like shit though.
Yeah.
You know, to go out and say to somebody who's first of all well known and well respected by, you know, various people.
And it was a big hit too. Everyone loved it.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "Really, Ferrari? Like, way to be fucking cocks." Like,
yeah.
But
just as an example of companies freaking out over, you know, their representation, and they end up making themselves look worse by trying to maintain that.
Yeah.
You know, it's
But being involved with the video game industry for a while now, a lot of game companies actually freelance like work out to like prop designers and stuff like that to actually make props for their games and stuff like that. Like even trying to think of a big one, that they actually used to do was not Gearbox Creatures. There's a few. I can't remember the actual names off the top of my head, but even like Ratchet and Clank figurines, there's vinyls of Ratchet and Clank, and Insomniac Games is not making those vinyls. Those are kind of sent out to like a different corporation.
By the way, somebody was correcting me in the chat room. They said it was actually Nissan. They gave / sold him a Nyan Cat Nissan GTR.
Oh, it was Nissan.
It was Nissan,
That's right.
yeah.
It was a GTR, that's right. Yeah, go Nissan. Fuck yeah.
Sorry, just wanted to correct that. Yeah, it's a story worth looking into if you're interested.
So to go back to the article, actually, so as opposed to a video game company, being upset that he made, replicas. Courtesy, the copyright holder of the design of the pattern is fully within their rights to issue a C&D. As I absolutely put that action, I would want anyone recasting my props, as they should take a similar action against protecting their designs, both in rights. So is cosplay copyrightable? Copyright law is extremely confusing.
Yeah, it was written that way.
And hard to nail down. The example the U.S. Copyright Office provides on useful articles states that design of a chair cannot be copyrighted, but the carving on the back of it can be. So you can't copyright how a chair uses four legs.
So let me get this straight. So to put it into proper terms, you can't copyright function, but you can copyright design.
Well, like the iPad, the Apple tried to copyright.
Right, but like for instance,
tablet
you could copyright but they failed.
Yeah,
because
you can't do that.
You can't copyright a tablet, but you can copyright the way you designed the tablet, which is also similar to patents, because patents you can't copyright like the fact that you made something that works a certain way. You copyright the way it's designed, which is also a huge thing.
Yeah, you couldn't copyright like if a chair works on four legs. You couldn't be like, oh, well, all chairs that have four legs, I'm copyrighting
But
that.
you also can't patent it. You can't patent like, oh, well, I designed a chair with four legs that come down at an angle. No, you can design the way you manufactured how that chair comes down with that way. But it's the same thing with I'll use an example of a proper patent. The battery backup units that we use in the studio, some of which are from a company called APC, they have a patent on battery charging design, but just the way they design the circuit, and they designed it in a super efficient way. They have a patent for that. But it's not a patent for charging a battery in case the power goes out. You can't patent that. It's the way they charge the battery and the way they design the circuit.
But circuitry is just as in depth. You could definitely see if someone copies circuitry. I mean, that's one of the things.
But if somebody designs a battery backup unit and it charges a battery, you can't be like, oh, well, you're violating the patent. No, they're not. And the whole point of a patent, by the way, which patent's a little different than copyright, but the whole point of a patent is that you get temporary exclusivity in exchange for demonstrating how you engineered something. So that's the whole point of a patent. You're actually supposed to tell people how you did it. You're
patents,
supposed to
copyright, and then trademarks.
which also gets trademarks are also very interesting. But yeah, it's just. By the way, FurCast is public domain. Says it on the bottom of the website. Just saying for future reference.
However, the chair cannot be copyrighted, but the carving on the back of it can. Even though the drawing or photograph of the dress design is copyrightable, the artist doesn't have the exclusive rights to make the dresses of that design. Yes, thanks for enlightening description, U.S. Copyright Office, because that does us no good. Oh, they edited the article here and says, it was brought to our attention that one company, Broccoli, known for creating UTA, No Prince Sama, among other series, says that they intend to persecute the sale of goods that derive from their properties, including goods, figure, cosplay, etc. However, any case of Broccoli suing anyone for selling cosplays of their characters have yet to come to light, and the clarification on Broccoli's website is more so directed at the sale of fan art and comics, or fan-made comics, rather than anything else created from the series that they create. So, it's kind of like a non-disclosure agreement so that they're covering their own asses in case anyone tries to then go through and sell something that they don't want them to sell. So it's not like they'll actually sue someone for making a cosplay, but they can then cover their own ass that they have it readily copyrighted.
So essentially, it's the idea of trademarking a logo or copywriting a logo or copywriting something, but keeping it secret that you've done that. And then only using
only if someone pisses you off do you actually then step forward and say, hey, knock that shit out.
But another point that I'll make that it bothers me, this is a complete side thing. Does it ever bother you guys how there's always a fucking TM next to logos all the time when it's just completely unnecessary? And one thing I was pointing out is that it clearly doesn't need to be done, right? you know, and I was talking with Lucidas about this earlier as well. You know, like we were sitting there with our two like our smartphones on the table, and it's like, you know, if you look at the Apple logo on the smartphone, or if you look at the Samsung logo on a smartphone, there's no TM, but they're clearly trademarked.
Yeah.
But they didn't put it there because it would look ugly. But it's like, so then why did they use it at all? Like, you don't have to put TM next to a logo, and it bothers me so fucking much when every time you look at a logo, there's that stupid little TM there. It's like, stop, you don't have to do that.
It could just be a company trying to impress other people, make
I
them
don't
look
know.
professional. But I mean, Apple doesn't need to because they're Apple.
But most companies don't. And a lot of companies don't. I mean, you know, like I said, like, you know, I look at, like, right now, okay, I can look at Vero's laptop. It says Acer. There's no TM next to it, but it's clearly a trademark name.
Yeah.
But, like, it doesn't look nice.
But you could trademark a font, kind of. You can trademark a font.
Yeah.
You trademark the way you use the font to make the logo. I don't know if you can trademark a font.
No, you can't trademark
No, you-
actually,
You can trademark a font.
Oh, you can? You can trademark the actual typeface, not
yes.
just... Okay.
Because when Wegmans actually, when they were starting the liquor store that they built, whatever, the one I used to work at, there was somebody who had a close font. Actually, it was Walgreens, the W.
Yeah, the
Do you
W.
remember that whole thing?
I remember that.
And they
Because it was like, well, it'll confuse old people.
Yeah.
And it was like, what?
They said the W logo that they used was like too close to their font, and they can't use that. And like it went all back like who had it first. I don't know what the result was, but yeah, that was the thing. They definitely like have their own font.
There was a
I know
huge
that.
argument over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
So what if cosplay does become copyright infringement? Let's consider this for a moment, the possibility of cosplay actually becoming copyright infringement. Copyright is intended to protect exclusive rights for intellectual property and art. If cosplay was to infringe on a company's exclusive rights to a costume design, cosplayers could theoretically claim fair use anyway. Haha. Fair use permits limited use of copyrighted material without acquiring permission from the rights holders and if certain conditions are met. Here are the four main factors in determining fair use. So essentially, I'm going to assume that everything fair use is that you're not making profit or money or kind of overlapping a label with your own label.
And people misunderstand fair use all the time, but yeah.
So, to continue to clear this whole mess of social media bullshit up, even in the worst case scenario of cosplay becoming copyrighted, which furries were all going crazy about, oh, what if I use this on my fursuit, yada, yada, yada. Stop worrying. Stop. Don't need to worry.
Yeah.
Purpose/character. What's the purpose of the use? Is it commercial or nonprofit, educational, or research purposes? My fox is always for research.
Going through the depths of civilization.
Has value been added to
I will admit I've learned a lot from you, Pharaoh.
Very, very deep research.
deep research?
Deep research.
Stable research.
Deep blue research.
Gonna take a core sample from way down.
Core sample. You want stable research, right?
There. Oh God.
Let's just stop it there.
I did. The core sample was good. I like that.
I like
one.
the core
That was
sample.
good.
Has value been added to the original work by adding a new expression or meaning, adding a new aesthetic, insights, or understandings?
I hate you.
Definitely some understandings. Valuable understandings. Nature of the copyrighted work. Is the work fictional, or factual? If fictional, there is more leeway to copy.
Pharaoh's definitely fictional. He doesn't exist in real life.
No, he doesn't.
Amount and sustainability. How much was copied? Have you copied the heart of the work? Quote unquote heart. How do you describe heart of the work?
I don't know.
So much vagueness. A lot of U.S. laws are very vague
Yeah.
for that same reason, is that you
Yeah.
can defend and for and against them really easily.
Well,
Depending on the motivation.
depending on the motivation, which is somewhat good. I mean, in my opinion, laws should be very simple but vague. That way, they trigger you to end up in court, but then the court has to decide based on circumstance what's actually going on. The law should just be a trigger to get to that point. The law shouldn't be like, well, if this specific circumstance and this and this and this and this, and this then that's illegal. It's like it just makes it too complicated, and it ends up being irrelevant as time goes on.
But amount and sustainability is actually, and the heart of the work is actually how Weird Al gets away with a lot of stuff, is because in copyright, If it's a parody, there is a lot more leeway because parody can copy the heart of a work to evoke the original works as a parody.
Right.
Exclusively, if you're parodying something, you can copy the heart or the entire thing completely to make sure that you understand the parody of the parody of the real thing.
So can FurCast get out of copyright infringement because we're parodying ourselves?
What?
I'm saying, can we get out of copyright
Why would we
infringement?
copyright ourselves to copyright?
I'm saying we copyright violate all the time on FurCast. So I'm saying, like, can we get out of that because we're parodying our own lives?
No, because we'd have to parody the things that we were copying.
Oh,
That would be like us talking about us talking.
because I feel like
about
the show is like a parody of my life.
Stop confusing the law.
Okay.
You're going to confuse everyone here.
Honestly, it changes so much too. I mean,
Effect
it's
upon the
always
original works
changing.
value.
We're also animals and don't have legal rights, so you know.
That's
So it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Effective. This one, furries ruin this so much. This is why Zootopia is going to be destroyed. Effect upon the original work's value.
Oh, furries. Oops.
Well, now it's covered in cum. So now, obviously, it's worthless. No one wants that anymore.
Oh.
Does the use deprive the copyright owner of income or undermine a new or potential market for the copyrighted work by destroying it?
Sorry, Zootopia.
Sorry, Disney.
So much porn
So much.
already.
I'm gonna go favorite some right now.
Oh my god.
During journalism school, we were drilled on the different factors of fair use in case, as journalists, we ran into any form of copyright or legal troubles. Even still, fair use is determined by in a case-by-case basis, and those factors can only favor or oppose fair use as a defense against copyright infringement. In one case, Rogers vs. Coons, an artist copying a copyrighted photograph without permission as the basis of a wood sculpture, which he then sold, as found as violating copyright via the substantial similarity of his sculpture to the photo, which was copyrighted. And it did not matter whether the photographer had considered making sculptures. What mattered was the potential market for sculptures of the photograph that existed.
There's just way too much information in that.
That's a lot.
Similar in theory, if a company were to ever go gung-ho on any cosplayer selling a costume or prop replicas from their intellectual property, they could potentially win, even if they've never made those costume or prop replicas themselves. So essentially, when you're trying to sell something that someone else has created, that's only time when copyright and fair use actually comes into play as legal action.
Yeah.
Which, again, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
that to me makes a lot of sense. So even if a cosplayer comes really close to the original work, can they ever devalue the original work? That was the question. However, when it comes down to it, the average cosplayer who replicates costume designs from scratch with whatever they can get their hands on is not in danger of copyright infringement. Let's look at it again. Pretty much, the cosplayer is generally non-profit for research and adds new aesthetics to the original costume design, actually creating it to be more advanced. Works cosplays derived from the original are fictional. This work is not against us. Unless your cosplay is 100% copy of the thing that you're cosplaying and is 100% screen accurate, the substantiability of the cosplay is copyright as arguable. So if you don't copy every single detail stitch for stitch, word for word, then that's where the kind of gray line comes into play. Since you didn't copy it exactly because you have different patches here and there,
Yeah.
it's not necessarily copyrightable, but if, still there's some that vague value. And the most important part of the claim, if you are making cosplay for yourself, there is no effect on the original work's value, and in my opinion, even though you are a Princess Leia costume, even if you get, even for purchase commercially, Princess Leia costume you crafted yourself is different from the one you could buy in the store, and therefore you are not depriving the costume designer of any value. And I want to make the joke, even if you're fucking in it.
Nice.
This is a long article.
Wasn't a first, I swear I remember that a fursuit creator was trying to infringe copyright infringement when someone else tried to use their suit and then something else. I vaguely remember something happening or coming
Yeah,
about
does anybody
that.
in the chat room know about that?
I remember that coming up. Someone tried to invoke copyright infringement,
I don't know.
but I could be wrong.
I don't remember hearing about that at all, actually. No.
I think it was just more surprise. It was probably more so furry drama, and then they're trying
Apparently,
to claim.
by the way, apparently the Maryland Furs are doing a private screening of Zootopia. They actually rented out the whole theater.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
In conclusion, stay calm and carry on.
Cool. I have an article, and now, just to explain to you guys, so this article it's cool, it's sciencey, it's not technically related to furry stuff. The reason I'm reading it is there's a few of you who will enjoy it for the science aspect, and there's a few of you who will enjoy how difficult this is going to be for me to read. All right, here we go. Quantum knots are real.
Why did I know you were
This is
going to
going
read
to
that
be so
one?
difficult.
Not difficult at all.
Nice, funny. This is fun. Yeah.
Praise be the knot.
Praise be.
The scientists at Aalto University in Finland and Amherst College in the United States of America created knotted solitary waves, or knot soilin, S-O-L-I-T-O-N-S. Soiltons? I don't know. I'll just say soiltons. In the quantum mechanical field, describing a gas of superfluid atoms, also known as a Bose-Einstein condensate. In contrast to knotted ropes, the created quantum knots exist in a field that assumes a certain direction of every point of space. The field segregates into an infinite number of linked rings, each with its own field and direction. The resulting structure topology is stable, as it cannot be separated without breaking the rings. In other words, one cannot untie the knot within the superfluid unless one destroys the state of quantum matter. To make this discovery, we exposed a rubidium condensate to rapid changes of a specifically tailored magnetic field, tying the knot in less than 1,000th of a second. Wow. After we learned how to tie the knot, tie the first quantum knot, we have become rather good at it.
Practice makes perfect.
This article is actually amazingly interesting.
It's amazingly
the dirty
interesting,
mind
but
of everyone
wow.
here.
Thus far, we have tied several hundred such knots, says Professor David Hall of Amherst College. The scientists tied the knot by squeezing the structure into the condensate of its from its outskirts.
That's kind of how it works.
You know, I'm not even...
I'm trying. Okay, guys, I'm trying.
Squeeze the knot.
This required them to initialize the quantum field to a point of particular direction, after which they suddenly changed the applied magnetic field to bring an isolated null point, at which the magnetic field vanishes into the center of the cloud, which I have a browser plugin that changes the cloud into my butt, so it said into the center of my butt. So thanks.
Fitting.
Thanks, Google Chrome, for doing that
Wow.
for me.
Fitting. Very fitting.
Then
Very
they just
fitting.
waited for less than a millisecond for the magnetic field to do its trick and tie the knot. It's like the magnetic field is just a furry. For decades, physicists have been theoretically proceeding that it should be possible to have knots in quantum fields, but nobody else has been able to make one. Now that we have seen these exotic beasts, we are really excited to study their particular properties. Importantly, our discovery connects the diverse set of research fields, including cosmology, fusion power, quantum computers, says research group leader Maiko and Aalto University. And then they actually show some pictures, an electron microscope of what a quantum field or a quantum knot would look like. And I'm going to tell you, it's not arousing. Knots have been used.
I don't know, Paradox.
Knots have been used and appreciated by human civilization for thousands of years.
Appreciate the knot.
Appreciate
Praise the knot.
For
Praise
thousands of years.
Praise be.
the knot. For example, they have enabled great seafaring expeditions and inspired intricate designs and patterns. That's all they've done. The ancient Inca civilization used a system of knots known as a kumplu to store information. In modern times, knots have been thought to play important roles in the quantum mechanical functions of nature, although they have thus far remained unseen in quantum dynamics. In everyday life, knots are typically tied on ropes and on strings with two ends, and in foxes' butts. However, these kinds of knots are not what mathematicians call topology stable, since they can be untied without cutting the rope. In stable knots, the ends of ropes are glued together. Such knots can be relocated within the rope, but cannot be untied without scissors. Ow.
That's not
That doesn't
good.
sound like untying.
Mathematically speaking, the created quantum knot realizes a mapping referred to as a Hopf fibrillation that was discovered by Heinz Hopf in 1931. The Hopf Vibration is widely studied in physics and mathematics. Now it has been experimentally demonstrated for the first time in a quantum field. This is the beginning of the story for quantum knots. It'd be great to see even more sophisticated quantum knots to appear at such within these knotted cores. Also, it would be important to create these knots in conditions where the state of quantum matter would be inherently stable. Such a system would allow for detailed study of the stability of the knot itself, says Maiko.
Oh.
To be honest, I think that's so fucking interesting that the fact that you can create or tie the knot for the actual, like, essentially field.
Yeah.
And the fact that you can continuously tie more knots around it, and the fact is that they're all are linked, that you can continue making more, but until you can't break any of them or the whole thing breaks altogether.
That's crazy.
So speaking of knots, maybe we should move on to dicks.
Uh-oh. What do you got?
No, that's mine.
Oh.
You
That
had
is
this one?
that I
He
called
this like a week
I
ago.
called that like on Wednesday.
Well, then maybe you should read it.
I'll read it. I was gonna lead into that one too.
Do you want to read it now, or we could wait?
I mean, it's a good segue, but I feel like we should wait. I feel like we have to wait.
Fine.
I'm gonna wait on
gotta
that
find
one.
another
We'll
article
do that
then.
like after the break.
all right. I have another article. I wouldn't mind reading another one.
I have the anti-porn.
I actually have another article, but it has nothing to do with dicks.
Okay. We'll let Pharaoh go first.
Okay.
So to break away
From the knots.
from the knots,
Yeah, I hate
Come
when it
back
pops
to
up.
later.
this old anti-porn movie shows how far we have come and haven't come.
Is that what it says?
Yes.
Oh my
Does it
god.
actually say come?
And haven't
Wait.
come.
Or is it C-O-M-E? Or
Here we go. And 3, 2, 1.
Essentially, the movie was filmed in 1960, and it was suggesting that porn might turn your kids into hardened murderers, according to the 1962 movie's release. Historians recently uncovered a copy of the anti-porn propaganda film from the 1960s that they believe was lost forever, and it was totally, completely outrageous. I love old, like, 1960s, like, or 1950s, like, movies. Like, the educational films.
Did you ever see the one where it was talking about how, like, gay is a disease? And it was like,
Jimmy.
It was like, Billy likes Dan, but Dan has a disease. And it was like, it was so awkward. I think that one was from the 50s, though.
Gay disease.
Yeah.
Like back, like I love like the nuclear fallout level, like just I don't know, like 1950s film was just so good because of just the announcer voice. Where it's like, oh, by the way, Jimmy, plays in the field.
Jimmy plays in the field. Jimmy is not okay with that.
Anyhow, back to the 1962 anti-porn.
Jimmy does not
film.
know, but he's in danger.
Jimmy does not know, but he's in danger. Danger of being molested.
By a fox.
Pages of Death. That's so.
Wow! Pages of death.
This is before the internet, people. So this was actually, you actually had to hard copy porn.
This is
like pages of porn.
like an anti-porn.
This is anti-porn.
This is anti-porn. I can play it whenever you're ready, by the way.
Well, it's 30 minutes long, so I mean,
We'll play maybe the beginning of it or something. But
I'll just continue reading. So anyhow, to give you an explanation of this. It says Pages of Death is nearly a half-hour-long movie from 1962 that was recently rediscovered last week by the Oregon Historical Society. The film was thought to be completely lost or eradicated from existence. The OHS Rachel's Randalls told the registered guard. The film opens up with a family distraught over a sudden disappearance of their 12-year-old daughter. Some gumshoe detectives get on the case and eventually figure out that the innocent child was murdered. Do we have the old-time, like, voice thing?
yeah, we do. How did I do that?
Old-time radio.
I forget how we did that.
Was it similar to the Star Fox thing?
No.
I swear it was somewhat similar to the Star Fox because
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how I did that. I think, you know what I did? I'll just, hold on. You know what I'll do? I'll just fuck up this EQ. And, I'll just get that going. And, yeah, so don't worry about it. I'll have it. I'll have it shortly.
Oh, yeah, we'll give it a second here.
Okay.
And then I'll continue reading because I feel like this is the perfect article to go back into time and go back into old-time radio to explain the story of Pages of Death. 1960s film of anti-porn. Because you know what that porn can do to your kids.
Yeah.
Terrible, terrible things. When good boys go bad.
Oh God.
And they turn into furries.
There we go. I think I might have. Is this an old-timey voice? No, this is not. Oh, God.
Almost.
That sounds really weird.
That sounded like you're underwater or something.
Yeah. Let me see.
We need to like really have a set like vocals.
Yeah, we do.
Like just a push of a button. We need like old time. We need the demon voice. When are we gonna get a mixer that we do all this?
I don't know. When we have time. All right. How's this? This is a good old-timey voice.
Can you add more static?
Yeah, I can.
It almost sounds like.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of how we want to do this. I apologize, guys.
I like how much effort we're putting into like trying to go back in time here.
Old-timey voice. This is good.
That's good enough. Sounds a little better. I fall out. I feel like I'm talking to like. I need a little bit deeper. If you can do a little deeper,
I got it.
then we'll be perfect. I got a gas mask on from like. Yes,
That's good. That's
right,
weird.
or two. No, just change the pitch a little bit. Just okay. We got more troops here. Have more troops. All troops reporting. Call in, Red Falcon. Call in, Red Falcon. Call in. Pages of death. All right.
That's good. That's all.
I mean, can you lower my pitch a little bit, like even like
I
just.
can't.
Oh, that's what I meant. Like the pitch, actually.
You want me to do the pit at the same
What's
time?
wrong
Not
with what it was?
demon voice, but just lowering the pitch just a tiny bit.
Man, Pharaoh.
Sorry, there's gonna be a
Pharaoh,
delay.
you're so
Go ahead. Go
picky.
ahead. Yeah.
There we go.
So picky.
I'll do it.
It's gonna sound like it's
Okay,
it's gonna sound right.
okay.
Okay, go.
In a world, pages of death.
Too low. Is nearly a half-hour-long movie from the 1962 that was rediscovered last week by the Oregon History Society. That film was thought to be completely lost or eradicated. The OHS Randall Rages told the registered guard. The film opens up with a family distraught over the sudden disappearance of their 12-year-old daughter. Some gunju detectives get on the case and eventually figure out that the innocent child was murdered by a local teenager, Paul, who everyone previously thought was a great kid. And why would Paul do such a thing? Porn! That's right! Books, magazines, films, and names like Show All, Tell All, and Home of the Strippers. Actually, titles from Pages of Death apparently motivated the fictional murder. I do not know why I did it. I don't know why Paul wails, but the detectives know. Oh, the detectives know. It was the porn. The movie ends by warning that thousands of young boys, just like Paul, are at risk of becoming porn-crazed violent maniacs, and encourages viewers to learn more about how to stop the circulation of porn in their communities. Because God bless our communities. The movie, narrated by a football star and sports broadcaster Tom Harmon, was the work of the Citizens for the Decent Literature, a Catholic anti-porn group. As Jebelsels points out, the movie is so off the rails that it is comparable to the infamous 1930s anti-marijuana movie Reefer Madness. But while it's fun to watch the movie and laugh at how kooky those old-time folks were, it's important to remember that we're not all quite as far past the days of Pages of Death as we think. Citizens of Decent Literature don't appear to be active anymore, but plenty of similar organizations promote the dubious claim that watching porn causes violence, as well as the scientifically baseless assertion that watching sexual material featured in adults leads to the desire to abuse children. Politicians blame sex crimes on the adult entertainment industry and, like strip clubs, trying to hold them financially responsible for the government's own failures to process rape kits. Plenty of people still believe that every single sex worker is an exploited victim, even when sex workers themselves say that it is not the case. And others hold the deeply disturbing view that sex workers can't be raped. So go ahead and laugh at Pages of Death. Just don't feel too smug about it. Dun dun dun.
Dun dun.
That worked out.
I am very happy with that.
That was awesome. That was so good.
All right, so now let's actually watch the video here.
I'm afraid.
Got that real sound.
Oh, you can hear the real.
Oh God, here it comes.
It's not bad. You were pretty close.
Remember, kids. Keep your hand on your cross and away from your penis.
Hello, I'm Tom Harmon, and I've got a very special story for you. This is a picture of Karen Fleming, 11 years old. Pretty, isn't she? And a more intelligent, bright, cheerful child would be hard to find. Perhaps she's the kind of a little girl you have in your own family, or would like to have. Certainly one you would like to cherish and protect. But could you? Karen's mother and father thought they could until that evening in Karen's 12th year.
When porn became readily available.
Oh my god, man. This is like we're... sorry.
Oh, the detective gumshoe.
I guess it's no use telling you not to worry, but we know how it is. I have 2 children and Taylor's got 3. We've had a lot of cases like this, and 99 out of 100, the kid turns up okay.
I was say the kid turns up dead.
99 out of 100, we can't solve the crime.
Well, he wouldn't know anything about some girl not coming home from school.
Well, it's very possible, but Paul was one of the last people to see the little girl, and we just wanted to ask him a few routine questions.
It's the kind of check we always make in these cases. It'll just take a couple of minutes.
At this hour of the night, well, I suppose you have to go through the motions.
Because this is how people talk normally.
What did you do until dinner time, Paul?
I was in my den.
That's what Paul calls it. It's really his recreation room. We had it built for him adjoining the garage. He keeps his own hi-fi out there and his projector and all of his other interests. He spends most of his time there after school.
Is there anything else you can tell us? Anything at all?
Well, I don't know anything.
I told them that when they came in here.
So did I.
Well, thank you very much. You've been very helpful.
It's quite all right. It's too bad you had to waste all this time.
Well, if we can get that little girl home safely,
I'm just trying to see if we can, like...
And shoes. I don't know what's got into him.
May I see those?
Oh, here we go.
Did Paul wear these to school yesterday?
Oh, I'm sure I don't know. He has more than one pair of shoes.
Oh, we're solving this
That
case.
looks like tar and gravel. Let's put this through the lab for a test.
Right.
What are you doing?
We're going to test it first. Come.
I'm afraid we'll have to keep those for a few days.
Well, why? What are you doing here?
He's got
I don't think
Betty
you should be off.
Davis eyes.
I'm afraid we'll have to see Paul. We'd also like to look around some more.
This is the backstory of Paul's leg.
I was just thinking the same thing. Paul's roots.
I'm going to get my husband.
A black man with no leg shows up.
Shows all, tells all.
Shows all, tells all.
Horrors. Home of the stripper. Look at that.
This is better than the stuff I have at home.
And slides. Evidently, this kid has been ordering through the mails, too. For magazine ads.
Through the mails.
Strictly hardcore stuff.
What's going on here?
Oh, this is hardcore.
I've been seeing these, Mr. Halliday. And there's more. Paperbacks, film, slides.
Where did this come from?
From Paul's dresser.
Oh, they couldn't have. Oh, these are horrible. Well, Paul would never read anything like this.
This couldn't be Paul's. This is the kind of stuff you find along Skid Row.
Now you can buy them at your neighborhood store.
Oh, no.
Where is Paul?
Well, he went out. He'll be back in a minute. Well, these could never belong to Paul.
Go on.
What? Is he supposed to be ashamed for reading the porn?
There must be.
Mrs. Halliday, would you mind waiting for us up at the house?
I did drive by there.
You just drove by?
I don't know why.
I think we do, Paul.
Why did you murder her?
We know. That porn!
No, the porn, no!
Where? I hear you boys got...
Anyway, well, we won't keep playing this, but, I mean, it's just...
I'm looking forward to a good future, but at 11, she was raped and murdered by a sex-mad youth. She actually wrote that composition you heard. You remember when she said, I'm looking forward to a good future, but it will never come. Sex mania,
Someone did.
Kind that feeds on
Paul did.
printed filth, spoiled all that. This same tragedy could happen to another little girl. Perhaps your little girl. Statistics show that sex crimes have
Fear children.
the same ratio as the obscene publication
Did
right.
I, like, just... All right. Cool. We've seen enough. Man. Yeah.
It was the porn. Sex crimes correlate to how much porn you own. Fuck. I'm so sorry, furries.
And that would explain why I almost got kidnapped.
It's also all that, fear the younger generation, whatever they're into thing, Like, that actually just... Oh, God.
Yeah, how dare he be into strippers next door?
Can you believe kids are into this? And there's actually a relevant XKCD comic about this. 1840, in the year 1840. A modern bookworm is too busy reading about the world to look at it. Year 1880. No one talks anymore. We just take our daily newspapers in silence. The year 1910. Magazines are destroying conversation. We even read as we walk. The year 1960. Television has put the end to family discussion. The year 1980. Thanks to the Sony Walkman, antisocial isolation for kids is now the norm. The year 2015. We've become so absorbed in our smartphones to notice that... And then some other person in the comic says, dude, it's been 2 fucking centuries, take a hint. Just... I posted on Twitter earlier this week a picture, and the caption of the picture says, all this technology is making us antisocial. Like the whole idea of people don't talk with people anymore. They just sit and read, with their smartphones. Nobody interacts. Everybody just stares at their phones these days. And it's a picture of a bunch of people on a train in the early 1900s, all completely absorbed in their own newspapers, not talking to anybody.
You need to put that censor bar back up.
Oh, really? Jeez. Nice.
And honestly, there's nothing new. We just go through cycles. Paradox, you and I were talking about this. Like, I remember this one quote where this guy's like, the youth are disruptive and they don't pay attention. They don't learn from their older generation. He goes on and on and on about how bad the youth are. And then this guy asked this question, who do you think made this quote? And it was like Aristotle.
Right.
It's like, it's the same thing. It just happens over and over. You just go through this cycle of nations where people go.
I was looking the other day at a news article that was written in the 1800s. And it was all about how, kids these days, they don't actually write letters anymore. They just pass, silly little short notes to each other in school. It was literally texting. It was literally complaining about texting, and it was from the 1800s. And it's just funny how, people just don't change, It's like, we're not any more antisocial than humans have ever been.
Every time you uncensor CJ, he just starts looking at random shit.
Actually, that one wasn't even planned.
Really?
That wasn't planned.
So you're saying that you look at that stuff all the time?
Well,
you got something you want to tell us about?
CJ, you're sitting there looking at porn
You want
while
to
we're
confess?
watching this.
Yeah, confess your
you want to confess?
My name's Paul.
Do you know what happens to people who look at porn, CJ?
That wasn't porn. It was a butt.
We just
It
watched
wasn't porn. It was just a butt. That's where it starts.
It was a dog butt too. It wasn't even porn. Whoa, not a real dog
Butts
butt.
are the gateway drug to porn.
No,
Butts are a gateway
this
drug.
is a gateway drug.
It is a gateway to Satan himself.
It is definitely a gateway of some sort. It's a gateway to quantum knots.
Butts are a gateway.
Oh, yeah. Butts are definitely a gateway.
We need these vocals.
Back on No Butts. We do. Oh, Overlord Demon? Hello, how's it going? Back to the old style.
Radio.
Oh, the old style thing. Okay, right here.
Ah, yes. Those butts are a gateway. Butts are a gateway to Satan himself. Make sure you go to church, guys, because don't look at those butts. You're looking at butts. I'm not looking at butts. Butts are destroying the youth. Butts destroy youth. Look at little Jimmy. He was a kind boy. Look at little CJ. He was a kind boy. And then he found the butts.
He was never the same since.
He got addicted.
Addicted to
Deep
butts.
research. Deep research.
Okay.
Deep butt research.
So, on that note, CJ, are you going to read the...
All right. Well, real quick, I have an article. Real quick, I have an article. Can I do the article first?
I have an article.
I'll do mine after the break.
I'll do mine
Whenever
first.
we take a break.
Okay. All right.
an
So
article, too.
I'm gonna do mine, and then you can do yours, and then CJ, we can just all
mine?
look at CJ.
I'm not doing that one.
And get it off your screen.
Okay, fine.
You get it off.
You're looking at butts on your
Get it
screen.
off. All right.
That's fine. It's butts.
That's fine. It's
Firstly,
butts.
firstly butts.
Yeah, fursuit butts aren't.
It's not
Yeah, I
porn.
saw your
It's not
fursuit
porn.
butt.
It's not an
Today.
SFW at all.
It's very
Yeah.
safe for work.
I show my employer fursuit butts all the time.
It's my background on my phone.
That's what's happening here.
Get on with the article.
Watch this. I will close the tab. Are you satisfied? There we go.
I just came.
Oh, yeah.
The FBI says it can't hire hackers because they all smoke pot.
Someone else stole my article.
It's not so secret that the federal government is having a hard time hiring cybersecurity experts. First of all, I hate the word cyber so much. Largely because many hackers can find more lucrative deals that don't involve working for the feds. But there's another wrinkle. The FBI now says its drug testing policies are keeping experts off the payroll.
Yeah, you have to go through a lot of drug testing from like everything from hair follicles to like background checks to.
Yeah, they gotta make sure you're not smoking meth, they gotta make sure you're not smoking pot, they gotta make sure you're not smoking Snowden. Oh, that's right, that's not a drug. Anyway, according to the Wall Street Journal, FBI Director James Conmey says that in order to pursue so-called cyber criminals, the government would pretty much have to let government hackers get stoned, because who's going to quit the habit just to work for the FBI? Personally, if the FBI hired me and I was smoking weed, I definitely would not stop. I have to hire a great workforce to compete with those cyber criminals, and some of those kids want to smoke weed on the way to the interview, Conmey said. Clearly not pandering to stereotypes.
Obviously commies.
This article is so stupid. The reason for FBI's unorthodox approach is that Congress has told the agency it needs to hire 2,000 more people this year. And many of those new recruits are going to fight computer-related crime. I'm sorry, I can't help but just make fun of this as I read it because it's fucking stupid. As it turns out, those that know computer crime best aren't often in the men's warehouse set. Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably at home in their home office.
Yep.
Smoking dope.
You know, it's actually true. I was about to get hired by a consultant IT firm that actually like did IT for like a bunch of different stuff in the city, and they were upset with me. I don't know if I ever told this story on FurCast, but they were upset that I didn't wear a tie to the interview, and I basically just laughed at them. I was like, really? I was like, that's what you're upset about? And they're like, no, they're like, you were great. Like, we think you'd be a great fit, but like, you weren't even wearing a tie. And, you know, for that next interview, you really need to impress the CEO because you're going to interview the CEO. We want to make sure that you impress him. And I'm like, what the? I'm like, no. And I told that company to go fuck themselves, and I didn't work there.
Hey, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
It was just,
You just walk out flipping everyone off.
No,
Peace out.
No, I didn't do that. It's just, I didn't work for that company. What's hilarious, though, is the company that I work for now, I found out that the company, okay, I'm making it confusing. Let me restart. The company that I said F you to, it turns out they're actually a client for the company I work for now. Which I thought was hilarious. And by the way, the company that I work for now, they called me because I needed a job, and I was kind of going between these two companies, right? All right, so we got company A, which is saying like, oh, well, you didn't wear a tie to the interview. You know, I'm dealing with the HR. And by the way, not only was I dealing with the most businessy HR person ever, but I had to take one of those psychological online exams. Have you guys ever had to take one of those?
Yes.
Where it's like, well, if you caught your coworker stealing, but they were your friend and they helped you, would you report them? Rate 1 through 5. And you're like, what? It was one of those kind of like stupid psychological tests. Meanwhile, company B, the company I work for now, they called me. The CEO of the company called me and goes, yeah, so, you want to like go out to eat or something? I've worked for them since. The agency's current reg says that the lawman won't hire somebody who has smoked marijuana in the last 3 years. No word on dabs, edibles, and other forms of marijuana consumption. Really? You're not going to hire somebody who smoked marijuana for the last 3 years? I'm pretty sure that's like, let me think, the entire population of the US, including me, and I don't even smoke weed. In theory, relaxing hiring restrictions for marijuana does make sense. Earlier this year, the feds admitted that the government isn't very good at internet security, despite the fact that the NSA is basically a Philip K. Dick's character worst nightmare, and the various agencies need to take a long, hard look at the hiring process across the board. We have the government hiring practices of the 1940s and 50s in the 21st century. George Wellston, director of information of the General Accountability Office, told Information Week. Also, despite the federal government's mixed approach to marijuana enforcement, the majority of Americans believe that it's about time to legalize the drug, which remained classified as a pseudo eye drug in the US, which is reserved for the most dangerous and addictive intoxicants known to humanity. Regardless of the federal government stance, the FBI will apparently consider the issue and is encouraging anyone who has recently got stoned to apply for a job. So that's it. You had an article, I believe, right?
I do.
Actually, do we want to go on break? Because it's 9:46.
Mine's really short.
We'll read one more article.
Okay, we'll read
we'll
one
do
more.
one
Okay, cool.
All right.
Give me a second to just get an article. There we go.
Foul play. Angry man leaves a flock of chickens inside the tax office. Eugene, Oregon. Police say an Oregon man angry with his tax situation left a flock of 7 chickens inside the state revenue office. Police in Eugene said that the news released that they responded to this report on Wednesday afternoon of chickens left in the lobby of the Oregon Department of Revenue.
So did you just drive in and just dump the chickens or something?
He was pissed. Take thee my cock. All of my cocks.
Police and an animal welfare officer rounded up the fowl, and they were taken to an animal shelter. Officers gave 66-year-old Louis Andler of Creswell a trespassing notice requiring him to stay away from the office or risk of a citation.
We don't want your cock.
Get your cock out of
Like,
here.
what would you do if someone just had a bag of just chickens and just came into like your place and was just like, whoa, fuck you guys, just leave.
I started applauding, be like, well played.
Well played. Because what do you can't just like shoo them out.
No,
you're fucked.
You got a bunch of cocks running around now. That's what you're doing. You're stuck.
The register guard reports.
That's how I want to like, just quit a job. It's like
Fuck you guys.
Go out, get a bag of fucking live chickens, walk into the workplace, and just be like, fuck all of you, bye, and just leave.
Just walk out, and then there's cocks flying everywhere. Have a
Because
bag.
that would take more time for them to like. If you had like 10, 20.
You have to like call people to like round them up. They're gonna poop everywhere, so they gotta clean that up. Like,
I'm surprised they did like the animal welfare because most pounds won't pick up.
I just imagine that like there's a few eggs in the ground and people are like, oh, well, I guess we can make sandwiches.
cook some eggs, guys.
We actually had a chicken problem out where we lived because the chickens were everywhere, and someone called like the animal control, and they're like, "Oh no, we don't round up cocks. Sorry."
A cock issue. Get a cock problem.
Yeah, somebody dumped a bag of cocks.
Anyway, the article goes on to say the register guard reports no people or animals were injured. Alder couldn't immediately be reached for a comment. State spokesman Derek Capini told the guard and staff that his staff had prior dealings with Alder and that he was, quote, frustrated by the outcome. Yeah, so...
Really frustrated by those cocks.
So don't throw cocks at your revenue office when you don't want to pay your taxes.
I feel like you should do that.
There's actually a video here, but I don't know if we want to play it.
Maybe in a little bit.
Cocks running around.
It just shows an angry chicken staring down at the camera.
All
right.
Looking cock.
It is an angry looking cock.
Angry cock right there.
It's an angry cock.
It's actually a hen, so technically it's not a cock.
You guys are listening to FurCast on what? What is it? Do you guys know? Do you guys know what this is?
Fox Network.
Yeah, Fox Network, not XBN or anything.
Quantum Knot.
Quantum Knot. Now broadcasting from the Quantum Knot studio.
Internet radio by a bunch of crazy animal people. This is XBN.
Support for FurCast comes from Patreon users, including Blaze Fusky, Ashton, Shaman the Photon Wizard, Cobalt Seag, Fayun, Jaff, Oliver Fox, Tiffany H, Tyler the Wusky, Energize the Wolf, Crazy Wolf, A Certain Horse, Gaia Wellen, Naku Nyame.
And from Commander Wolf at Commander Wolf 3 on Twitter. Ty Husky at Ty Husky on Twitter. Shua at Pulsing Panther on Twitter. Darthus and his mate Kenovo. Silver Gatomon at youtube.com/Silver Gatomon. Anthony Wolf at youtube.com/Anthony Wolf Gaming. And Hayu, the Fluffy Scarf, with Weasel Level Design on YouTube. Additional support for FurCast comes from Devin D. Parlett and the Furry Hockey League at furryhockeyleague.com. Fursona Radio, live on Sundays at 7 p.m. UK time. And Little Sunshine, who says message him in chat for a Pokemon battle.
To become a patron, go to patreon.com/FurCast. For more information about donating to FurCast, visit furcast.fm/donate. Additional funding is provided by PayPal, Bitcoin, and listeners like you. Thank you.
You're listening to FurCast.
We are the new kids now. We are the future. We are the chosen ones. We are computers. We are computers.
You never feel happy. Never feel happy. No, you won't. until you try. You never feel happy.
Alright, hey guys, I think we're sort of back here. Let me try to doing that. There we go. So first of all, I'm blue and it upsets me. It upsets me so much. Okay, I see the audio going on the screen, so I would assume that this is live. I hope it's live. Maybe we're probably broadcasting silence right now. But anyway, so we have this Donald Trump video, and I guess we're going to like dance and fursuit head to it, sort of. So for those of you who are just listening to the audio and you don't have context, the guy who did this remix is kind of slowly piecing it together. So you'll kind of hear a clip of Donald Trump say something stupid, and then it'll cut again to silence. And that's because he's putting it together. But when we get to the center of the video, you get to hear the full song. And let me just tell you, it's fucking hysterical. So I'm just going to go ahead and try and click over to that. Where's my mouse? Is it even on that screen?
Yeah,
Oh my god, this is so difficult. I think this is the most difficult thing I've ever done in my life. Here we go. Okay. So I gotta unmute that computer.
Don't you have the full song?
I do have the full song, but I'll have to play it later. I gotta unmute that channel. This is so hard to do in Fursuit Head.
South China, China, China. I love China, China, China all the time. I love China, China.
Somebody's doing the raping.
I love
doing the raping.
I love
doing the raping.
China, 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 China.
Somebody's doing the raping.
I love China. No, China all the time. I love China. No, China all the time. I love China. No, China all the time. I love
doing the raping.
China. I love
doing the raping.
No. I love
doing the raping.
That's pretty much it, by the way. It's literally the whole thing. But of course, I do have the whole song. I'll play it later on, maybe during the post show or something. We were gonna dance to it in Fursuit Head, but there we go. Fuck that. That was really difficult. So yeah, we just wanted to play the old stupid download video.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right, so I need to set the metadata to say that FurCast is live again. Set back to that camera. That camera needs to be fixed. Trump step. No.
Stop.
Don't do that.
Stop it.
Stop it, Ron.
Stop.
Stop it, Brian.
Stop. Someone's doing the raping.
I love China. China all the time.
I'm sorry, I just need to hear that really fast.
So remember, children, it's Wingardium Leviosa, swish and flick.
Leviosa. Stop it, Rod. Stop. Wingardium Leviosa. Stop. Ronald Weasley. It's Leviosa. Leviosa. Stop.
That's it.
Did they see that?
Good night, sweet prince. Snape is dead now.
I know.
It hurts me.
It is. That's rough.
That does hurt.
Only t-shirts now available at sharkrobot.com.
By the way, that was not my fursuit. Whose fursuit was that?
That was Majora.
That was Majora. So I was wearing Majora's head for just a little bit.
Shout out to Majora for the heads he
shout out
provided for the
by the way,
movies.
Thank you, Majora. Your suit is adorable. Like I was looking. It was really fun to. First of all, it was a good head to wear. It felt good. But also, when I looked on the video feed, it looked like it might have been kind of pretty cute. Also.
I have a massive crush on that suit, actually.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Did I give you a boner?
Look at it. He's raging right now.
Yeah, he's just raging.
Let's just not talk about that. Change of subject.
Yeah,
but yeah, so he has Majora, Bajaku, and then Clueless back there.
Yeah. Oh my god. I hear the song every day at work.
Every morning I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I sit on top of my lungs. What's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, yeah. I said, what's going on?
Oh my god, guys.
We need to do some sort of sound effects with their voice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? And I try. Oh my God, do I try? I try all the time. In this institution. I need praise. Oh my God, do I pray? I pray to see good things.
Okay.
Why did that just happen?
The spontaneous sing-along here.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I still love my shirt.
Somebody in the chat room says outdated memes.
These are fresh, always fresh.
Yeah, these are
fresh in our hearts. Okay.
As Mitt Romney says, fresh.
But anyway, yeah, those heads are his. So
yeah, okay.
Shout out to him. He's actually trying to give me.
Somebody in the chat room says, "What's going on now?
What's going on?"
By the way, shout out to Cannon in the chat room who says because I recommended Sense8, they checked it out. Sense8 is a show on Netflix, and they said they really liked it. So thanks for the recommendation. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Cannon. It is a good thing. Awesome. So where are we at now? We're going to.
I think somebody had a dick article.
Oh,
I have a dick article.
Yeah, the dick article.
I just can't get away from the dicks.
Dick.
I know.
Dicks and balls.
So
all the cocks and dicks today. Huh. Well, this might be a good one if you're stuck in the storm. Giant snow dick on a pond can't be erased because the ice is too thin for city workers to get to it. Perfect.
It's there forever.
What?
Sounds like something you would do.
It's definitely something I would do. The unusual image appeared drawn in snow that fell on top of the ice in Kings Park over the weekend. Park staff working for Gothenburg City Council, who were out cleaning the area, were swiftly approached by a number of locals who complained that the penis drawing was offensive.
There's a penis drawing over there in the snow.
They decided to see if they could scrub the image out. However, after gingerly approaching the ice, they turned back, fearing that it might be too risky in the case the frozen water, or the case in the frozen water cracked. They judged that the ice would not stay put. They did not dare to go out and to the moat, and consequently, the artwork is still there until the weather returns. Director of Gothenburg's Park and Landscape Administration told Swedish Talbot Afton something, whatever.
Somebody in the chat room says those fursuits are actually owned by Ryu the Wolf.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's his original Sona, but the head is actually Majora. That's the character. So that was his first.
Somebody just wanted to know in the chat room.
Yeah.
So anyways, a couple things on this. One, well done, Dick Drawer. I love that.
Well done,
Dick Drawer. Whoever you are. Stroke of genius.
Damn it.
Ding, ding, ding. Damn it.
Most drawn on snow dicks or dicks made out of snow get demolished almost instantly. They didn't have the staying power because of people lacking the
staying power.
Staying power for penises. Because people lacking the sense of humor get their panties in a bunch and report it. Well, not this time. This dick drawer risked his life, knowing that no city worker would dare risk their life out on that ice just to erase it. Can you imagine? How'd Jim die? Oh, he went onto the frozen pond to erase a dick drawing, fell through, and the ice froze him to death. Nobody wants that to be their death story. Nobody. I don't know. I'd be okay with that.
I would not. How'd you die? Trying to erase a dick?
I was trying to erase a dick and I died. Second, why are we complaining about dick drawings anyways? We're all adults here. Let's admire dick drawings for what they are. And that they are hilarious. I can't imagine being so upset by a dick drawing that I would do something about it. The article says multiple people rushed to the authorities to report the snow dick on the pond. Lighten up, everybody. You're not doing the right thing. You're doing the wrong thing. It's actually selfish is what it is. That's great.
You're selfish
You're
people.
being selfish. We all want to see dick drawings.
There's adults that enjoy that.
You're ripping away laughter from people who don't get to spot the snow dick because they were too prude to leave it there. Again, props to the dick drawer for risking his life for our laughs. That's something I would do. Definitely something I would do.
My only problem with this is that why are the city workers too stupid to just throw water? It's snow. All you have to do is throw water on it and it'll be erased.
You know what though? That's a really good dick. And it's quite large too. Look at the dick comparison compared to the guy standing. That's a pretty large penis.
It's probably
Do they even have like Like
18 feet, probably. That's like an 18. That's an 18-foot dick.
That's a good dick.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, you can see.
Yeah, wow, that's a.
Look at the guy standing next to it, and then to the actual dick size.
Yeah, that's.
I thought that was like cum at first, the little things. Next
It could be because
But
it
it
could be
looks
his
like
feet.
footprints or
yeah,
something.
that's how he got out there, and then. Like, he's a work of genius because he used his footprints as the semen ejaculating from it.
I love how they used stroke of genius.
Yeah, I totally agree with Pharaoh though. Like, all you got to do, and they have an access road right here. All you have to do is just get you don't even need a fire truck. Just get a couple buckets of water.
I don't think city workers are that intelligent.
No, they're not. That's why.
Like, I saw this, and that was my firstest thing. It's like, wow, if someone was really complaining about the dick, why couldn't they just throw a few buckets of water on the ice? Wouldn't that just erase the dick that's drawn on the ice?
Listen, don't be selfish.
Apparently, I'm really selfish here because I found out the answer to eradicate the dicks right there.
Well, see, Pharaoh, you would be good at erasing dicks.
Just throw water on it. That's what I'm gonna do next time I see a dick. I'm gonna throw water on it. Be like, get out of here.
I feel like I'm gonna get out of the shower one of these days, and Pharaoh's just gonna throw water at me.
Your dick's gonna be gone.
Yeah, he's just gonna
melt the dick. It's disappearing ink. Joke's on you.
There was a whole SpongeBob episode about that. It was the invisible spray.
Oh yeah,
such a good episode. That was one of the companion episodes. One of my favorite SpongeBob episodes, which is the one with the bodyguard. The bodyguard one. I love that one.
Can't remember that one.
Oh man.
There was a tux tailored to your penis. That's ballsy.
What?
What?
A tuxedo for your penis.
Oh, I've seen. Actually, it was on Omegle.
Omegle.
I saw some guy had his dick out, but it had a sombrero on.
That's classy.
I was like, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I love you. Like, this is great. And he's like, thanks, bro. I'm like, you and your sombrero penis have a good
You and your sombrero penis.
Actually, it was chat roulette.
It's not a penis, it's an L penis.
He had
El Pinazo.
He had a face drawn on it. I'm like, the fact that you're still hard, I'm like, wow.
El Pinazo.
Props.
El Pinazo.
El Pinazo. Hey.
That's essentially the other one. If you want something else, since you're being the dicks tonight, you're the dick connoisseur.
The dick connoisseur.
That's like the theme of what we've been talking about: knots and dicks.
Yeah, our humor tonight is a little lowbrow, but it happens.
Do you have an article?
Oh my god.
What?
That is amazing.
What?
A tuxedo tailored for your penis.
Oh my.
It's literally it's a thing.
It's literally a thing.
As usual, Pharaoh didn't put it in the news or document, so I don't have a link. Is it? Yeah, you're gonna have to refresh the page to get the new URL.
Debonair.
Debonair.
That's great.
The debonair.
Debonair. Oh my god.
That's classy. No one wants those amateur dick pics. They want classy dick pics. Spruce it up with a tuxedo.
Can I buy one of these?
You probably can.
$29.95. I'm definitely gonna buy one.
Your AD Twitter now is just all tuxedo dick.
My dick is gonna be fucking classy as shit. I'm gonna buy a little like top hat for it.
I'm gonna buy a little top hat for it. Like Barbie clothes.
Just slowly gonna peel the clothes off. The top hat's the last one to go. First you
I have a question. Can you like get like a little tuck or a little briefcase cover for your balls, so it look like it's carrying a briefcase?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Strip poker with a
dick apparel.
Dick apparel.
Why does this exist?
We can do a whole market for this.
I don't even.
Can we market FurCast dick apparel?
FurCast dick apparel. Okay, for $29.95,
a fur coat for your dick.
I'm really considering
for
this.
streakers if it's 4 degrees
Dick
Celsius.
fursuit.
Dick fursuit.
No, then you're gonna have furries walking around with their dicks sticking out of.
It's so cute. It's a little. It's a little tube of material, but it looks like a tuxedo. It's so cute.
Can you just read it?
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can get through it.
God.
Okay, hold on. I don't know if I can read it.
Why are you zooming in?
A new tuxedo designed for the male sex organ puts debonair in debonair. The aptly named Tux is a one-size-fits-all penis product. It is hewn from satin and comes with a bow tie.
It's satin and bonus comes with a bow tie.
Oh my god!
I just realized there's a video.
There's a video.
No.
Yeah, there's a video.
No.
Yes, play it.
No.
Play it.
Yeah, play it.
No. 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 No.
When the weatherman
No.
rain, I have to
8
find
inches.
my Dakota again. The summer sun is getting cooler.
No.
The autumn
What's happening?
getting crueler. But I'm ready.
Oh.
The sky.
Oh my god! It's got a little flower.
to change. When the storm clouds come, I'm ready.
It's not the size that matters, it's the fit.
I'm convinced. I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna fucking buy one. That was good enough.
Why?
I'm not even gonna read the article. I'm literally just not gonna. I'm just.
Why?
I'm gonna buy one.
Right now? You're just gonna buy it?
I'm looking. I just want to see if I have to like give measurements or something.
A man. Can you just read the middle of the article?
Oh, wait.
A man named Bill.
Wait. Oh my god. Okay. A man named Bill said he felt like James Bond in a weird but sexy way and would recommend this to any who likes to have fun in the bedroom. A woman named Jacqueline
Bond.
Also
James Bond. Boner. James Boner.
James Boner. Tuxedo on men is my Achilles heel. I just had to get this for my husband. Oh my god. We had a great laugh while using it, which is always a bonus.
Stop. Stop. This needs to stop. Stop,
Oh,
stop, 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 stop. I'm done with all these boner jokes.
Oh my god, this is great. The tux is not designed to be worn during sex. It's all about more setting the mood. Still, he doesn't want it to dictate how any Lilo pleasure products should or shouldn't be used. Not sure. Dressing up your John Thomas like James Bond is your idea of fun? Well, maybe this safe for work video will change your mind. We already watched it, so. Yeah.
Okay.
It's got a 1-year warranty.
Against what? Cum stains?
I don't know. It just says that 1-year warranty and 10-year guarantee.
Does it protect you against does it protect you against being unprofessional?
Can you show up to a work interview with it?
An awkward boner. Just
You're not
up your
wearing a
pants.
tux. Well, a part of me is.
The most important part of
I
it.
got a party going on in my pants.
Can I wear this to the wedding that's making me miss MCFC? Like, I rent a tux and I bought a tux for my dick as well.
Yeah, it's a dick suit.
It's a dick suit.
I'm done with all of you. I'm just done with everything.
I say you probably need a top hat or something.
Oh my god damn it.
Do they have like
No. I don't want
like,
you to know.
they have
dick
accessories.
caps?
Hold on,
Dick
I'm looking.
head caps.
I'm looking for
No.
like accessories.
No.
There's the tux. No, fucking, I don't want to
Stop.
it.
Please, God, stop.
Oh, there's another page. Let me look.
Stop. Why are you there right now?
I'm gonna buy one.
What are you looking?
Are you buying one?
Is there a blue tux?
No, there's not. It's only black.
I love how that was just that right there was Pharaoh just hinting that he was a bit interested. Like, God, wait, is there a blue tux?
What is this gonna say when I get it in the mail? Is my mom gonna be like, Chris, what is this?
Tux.
Tux. Oh, you bought a tuxedo? Yeah, mom.
Say it's a finger tux.
It's a finger tux.
For my finger. And by my finger, I mean my dick. No, I don't know. $29.95. Yeah.
Because I don't feel like grading other shows of ours into this. I'm going to read this article now on this one so we can get it over with and just continue the down course of brown humor this show has been turned into of dicks. 11 sex slang words that you never thought you needed to know.
I'm so ready for this one. These are being added to my dictionary in my brain. Just so dictionary.
God, get out. Leave now. I'm done with you.
Speaking of you saying God damn it, what did I say to you, Paradox, on Telegram the other day about last week's episode with the T?
What?
I'm not thirsty.
I don't.
You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember
I said
that.
on Telegram, but I spelled thirsty with TEA at the end because it was the T. We don't want this tea.
Oh, okay. That was from last week when we didn't want the tea. Yeah.
That just reminded me of that.
Millennials say the darndest things.
Wow. Snake people.
Snake people.
Snake people say the darndest things. But seriously, there is a slew of new sex slang terms that are becoming popular in 2016. Are equal parts hilarious and also cringe-inducing. Check what everyone will be saying this year, and the more you need to know about this next generation of stupidity.
Are some of them bad?
There's a drawing that I was just sent, and it's
is Yif.
Just
first one of the 11 was postponed.
Postponed.
Description.
Oh no.
When you are running late because of unexpected sexual encounter. Because of an unexpected sexual.
See, I would have figured postponed meant you were done having sex. Like
that's what I thought.
Yeah, like pre-boned and then postponed. But I get they're saying it's
instead
postponed.
of postponed.
Yeah,
it's postponed because of.
Oops. Okay, all right.
So someone made a comment on the dick thing. If you're uncut, how would the tux fit with you? Would it be like a turtleneck or something?
Oh my god!
Damn it! Don't read the chat room. Just never look at the chat.
Stop it, people.
Stop. God damn it! I hate all of you. Stop.
I'll stop.
Oh no. Ugh.
Continue this.
Number 2, side chick. This generation's terms for the other woman or mistress, a girl who has a relationship with someone while the person is in another relationship. That is a side chick. Wasn't it side bitch? I thought it was always.
It was I've never liked the term side chick, to be honest. I always thought it was kind of like, I don't know, never liked it.
Snatch chatting.
Snatch chatting. Description.
Do I have to? A naked photo that a girl sends to her objective desire on Snapchat.
Never would have guessed.
Snatch chatting.
That's good.
Doppelbanger.
Oh god.
When you have sex with someone that looks like yourself or because they look like someone else that you really want to bang.
A doppelbanger.
A doppelbanger.
I've never heard of any of these.
These are 2016 terms, apparently.
Oh, wow, these are fresh.
These are fresh.
These are fresh.
Hot off
I'm
the press.
disappointed in all of them. Oh my, these are getting worse. These are really getting worse. Truffle butter.
Oh no. No, I know that one. No.
How do you know this one? I've never heard of this one.
I know this one. I know this one. No.
Okay, this term is really gnarly.
Yeah.
So nasty, in fact, that I won't even write it out for you. But you can read the Urban Dictionary's definition and listen to Nicki Minaj's song Truffle Butter.
I'm on it.
Yep, she went there. Why?
I just want to read it. I'm not going to read it out loud. I'm just going to read it to myself first.
Truffle butter.
It's bad. I know it's bad.
Okay.
Why? What is it?
I've never heard of it. Is it like is it not sexual, but is it like racist or something or?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
no,
it's bad. It's
I don't want to read that.
You don't want to read it?
No, I don't want to read that.
I don't want to read this.
I don't want to read that one.
This isn't even appropriate.
That's not. I feel like that's not.
This is just very not appropriate. If you're really just wondering, just go and Google it.
No.
Anybody, if you're really just
don't ever do that.
Just do it. Just
don't.
You know you wanna. Yeah,
These are so bad. Why is this next generation using these terms? The next one is Sasquatch. I already know where this one's going.
I have a feeling.
I have a feeling.
Yeah, I have a
when someone's pubic region has not been trimmed in a very long time and is getting completely out of control.
That's exactly what
when you have a Sasquatch.
Wow. 2016, my hopes just went for everybody.
That's what global warming causes.
Sasquatches and snatch chatting. Oh my god.
I don't really want to read these ones. Powerballing.
Oh no.
Due to the recent Powerball, it's when a guy gyrates his testicles while having sex. Is powerballing.
What? That's stupid. That's not even good.
Yeah, that's not even a good one.
That's dumb.
Powerballing? Really? They couldn't think of anything more clever?
Yeah, that's dumb.
Of course, Netflix and Chill is on there.
Okay.
Well, we all know what that means.
Netflix and Chill I respect. And even Netflix.
You respect. Get out. No. There is no respect. No. Absolutely not.
Why? I'm saying like even Netflix respects it. They make jokes about it on their official Twitter account.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they actually acknowledged it. And then oh, by the way, NBC News also respects it. They posted an article a few months back that was like large Netflix outage causing interruptions of chill sessions all across the US. If you just search interrupting chill sessions, you'll find the NBC article.
I'm done with these. The next one was intercourse, Coarse, for very rough sex.
No.
God.
No.
Masturbate was when you're trying to watch porn on your computer, but it begins to buffer in the middle of masturbation.
Masturbate.
I like that.
Weighs down your masturbation.
I like that a lot. Masturbate. I'm masturbating.
Well, I was masturbating and now I'm masturbating.
Oh god, my internet's so slow I have to masturbate.
And the last one was Hotline Bling.
Fucking Drake.
Because of Drake.
Okay, let's move on.
Yeah,
I'm not too
Let's
impressed
just
by
move
this.
on. Oh god.
I'm done. I don't even want to.
What is my life? Why do I do this? Why am I here?
Eric, can I get my James Bond tuxedo dick shipped to your house?
Hey, I want to ship my Dick's tuxedo to your house.
Gotta be classy.
Do you have to get it measured for it?
No, it's a one size fits all.
Oh.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a very good tuxedo.
I mean, if I have to tailor it, I will. You know, I can do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Stop.
Don't be jealous. I'll let you try it on. I'll buy two. We can have a matching pair.
Where's the dress?
Clearly you.
No.
Oh, yeah. Actually, they don't have a dress. Maybe I'll make one. I'll make a wedding dress for my penis.
Why don't we just move on?
Actually, I'm not done with this yet. Oh, I'm done. I'm joking. I'm done. I'm finished with that. I'm
Just finish.
Like I'm so burned out on dicks right now.
What if it's a gay couple?
I'm so burned out on dicks right now.
I'm sorry. It's just like there's only so much your mind can take, especially after a con, like a wild con.
Especially after doing a movie.
What am I doing with my life?
I don't even want to talk
what is
about
happening
FC
right now.
and the yiff that happened with everybody, and it's just like too much.
Okay, can we?
Yeah, we can move on. I'm just
Can anything but this happen?
No.
I just want to go to sleep. Just want to close my eyes, pretend I'm not here. Just want to cut my eyes.
I'm in my happy place. I'm in my happy place. I'm in my happy place. Okay.
This is not my happy place. There's nothing happy about tonight.
I don't know.
There's way too many dicks for comfort. I'm upset.
You guys want to do emails?
Yes.
All right.
I'm done.
Oh god, it's already 10:30.
I know. I'm so tired now. I'm tired of everything. I'm tired of that.
I'm tired of everything.
I hate burnout on dicks.
Yeah.
Where's all the good mail gone, and where are all the fans?
Where's the streetwise fursuits to fight the rising spam? Isn't there a white knight upon a centaur steed?
Damn it, Cart!
Late at night, I toss and I turn and I dream of what I read.
Okay, so I have one, and it says emotionally dependent on FurCast.
I'm so sorry.
I know, I am too. Hi, Paradox, Pharaoh, CJ, because he's basically on the show all the time. 90% of those beautiful moans, :3, and anyone else.
Those beautiful moans.
I have an issue. I may or may not be emotionally dependent on FurCast. I like your show that much. When I start listening, I become empowered and almost hyperactive when I start listening, rather than depressed and unmotivated when I stop. I don't know whether to hate you or love you for this, XD. Most of my life is spent online, as I have a few friends in real life, and the great majority of my friends are miles and miles away. I have no means to a con yet or transportation to other friends. Note, I'm a minor. You guys are reprieve.
My reprieve.
Reprieve, sorry. But I also have time where I'm required to put down my phone for the night, which is usually when I stop listening. Help, maybe. Your gray wolf, Jared. Yeah, so the first thing you need to do is...
burn all technology.
You just need to, like, erase your mind. Just, like, get a bunch of drugs. And just, you need to forget about FurCast. No, I mean, okay, in all seriousness, though, I mean, I'm glad you enjoy the show that much. That's awesome. But, I mean, I don't really know what to tell
you might have an addiction. I mean, you might need to seek counseling for the amount of things that we've said on the show. I know I need counseling after the show.
I don't know how, like...
I need counseling.
I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm, like...
I need a counselor.
Picky about stuff, but, like, even, like, editing and stuff like that, I can't listen to a recording of this show for more than, like, a few minutes without getting sick of it. And it's not just because, like, oh, you know, I don't like my own voice type thing, which, you know, is very common with people, but it's simply, like, I don't know how you guys listen to an entire FurCast episode, to be perfectly honest, because I cannot stand to hear more than a few minutes of it when I'm editing.
There's like 307 people listening to us right now.
Holy shit.
308 just went up.
It's like at 340 earlier. Too many people. Why are you still here?
Oh, one person left. 307
Good.
now.
No, I gotta fuck this.
Yeah, I'm done with here.
One person's like, ha! Closed it. Yeah.
Oh shit! Now it's like
no,
everyone's
shit.
leaving.
No.
304.
Shit. But anyway, let's. You know, I'll just block the numbers in that. So yeah, you guys. I don't know how you do it, so props to you guys for even putting up with the show. Now, the other shows that we produce on this network, like the music show FNT, that show, I can listen to that. That I actually enjoy. I actually put that on in the car and listen to it. But like FurCast, man, oh man. But maybe that's just because I'm super picky about the audio quality and, you know, kind of maybe considering buying $3,000 microphones for us to use because I have a problem. But I'm glad you enjoy the show. I'm glad you get something out of it. And if it's just something that's easy listening to you, which it isn't to me, I find it very fatiguing. I'm glad you enjoy it. Good for you. We're gonna keep doing the show. So
I have a quick one here for you. It says moaning. Hi, long-time listener, but first time me mailing in, and I wanted to say that CJ has inspired me to moan at all my friends and make them feel very uncomfortable and unsure about being around me because they never know when the next one is coming. My only response to this is, with great moans comes great responsibility.
Very true.
The power of the moan is not to be taken lightly.
Lucidus found this out at FC. He was just telling me a story about moaning.
Yes, actually. So
you can't abuse it.
Yeah, tell us the story.
Okay, so the short version is I was in CJ's suit at FurPoc, and so I had to get good at moaning, because people thought I was him. At least some did. Most didn't, because I was too tall.
Yeah, you're too tall.
But anyway, so I'm going through FC, and like someone's like, "Oh yeah, you moan like CJ, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I guess." And so I just as a joke let out a very, very loud like daddy moan in the hall.
Daddy moans.
I was like, "Oh yeah," and I just screamed, and then like I heard a bunch of rustling, and a door just like flew open, and this bearded guy stuck his head out. He's like, "No yiffing in the hallways!" And then all these people stuck out their heads like, "Huh? Yiffing in the hall? Where? What's going on?" We lost it. It was just so random because just like we moaned, and then like the response was almost instant. It's like he was waiting for us.
The power of the moan.
The power of the moan
is not to be taken lightly.
No.
If we've told this is a thing.
Use it cautiously.
Okay.
And here we have Paradox still wondering why he does this with his life.
I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I just don't. Yep. Okay. What was that?
They kind of remind me of the THX sound.
Yeah. Shout out to Raviote, by the way, who's tuned in. He's messaging me on Telegram. Okay. So, when do you guys have an email?
I'm looking.
Someone said, I want to buy stuff from you. I want to buy lots of stuff from you.
I have one here.
It says, hey there, host of the FurCast, and any guest might be here at the moment. Also, hi, any fur faggots listening to you and read this on the show. Yada, yada, yada. I remember a while back you had some badge holders and whatnot you were selling, as well as some very creative FurCast shirts. You never got the shirts done. Are you still going to do that? If I do, where can I get some? If not, it would be awesome if you did again. Really want some FurCast merchandise. If you could make a suggestion, perhaps having raffles for a chance to win said goodies would be a lot of fun. Anyway, stay cute like you always do. Love you lots, Xanda. The Foxy Lowen. Iowan.
So yeah, we kind of did away with the merchandise store because it was just outdated. We did have one for a while, but now
we still have badge holders, but
we still have the badge holders. But yeah, I mean,
I haven't been able to even get any of this stuff mailed out from anything because I work every single day.
Yeah.
We have no one to actually mail stuff out for us.
Yeah.
We need like a minion.
Yeah. Someone in the chat said you guys need someone to change your video.
Change what video?
To change the video for you while you're talking.
Yeah. Which that would be nice rather than me having to be like every time I'm trying to we're going through the show. Yeah, it's good stuff.
I have an email here.
Yeah, but that's one of the biggest things that we actually face, the fact that me and Paradox
anytime I'm talking, I'm just gonna do this.
Full-time jobs.
Yeah, we do have full-time jobs, which is
and I don't. Thanks guys.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, you're just a dog, so
yes. How can you have a full-time job if you're a dog?
I just bark and then come here on Saturday nights.
Yeah.
In the club.
I full-time barking.
I full-time bark.
You full-time bark?
Yeah, full-time bark and bone.
Full-time bark and bone.
Okay.
So I got an email here. M. Carter, 5 quick questions for you. Hey there, just a brown link stopping by. A few questions drop in your lap. Number 1, do you guys think you will have a FurCast panel at a con sometime this year?
Sorry.
Number 2, do you think that MFF will be bigger than AC this coming year?
Damn it, Pharaoh, give me the bloody badge holder, you bitch.
That was somebody on Telegram saying.
Number 3, to Paradox. I swear I remember you talking about a third show mainly focused on tech stuff. Is that happening?
Yes, it is happening.
Number 4, to Pharaoh. Do you still disagree that calzone is just a folded pizza concept? If you answer yes, you're wrong. And then to CJ, have you ever done the moan in front of family?
The moan.
The moan, and it's quoted the moan.
Trying to think. I probably have.
I think calzone is still a folded over pizza.
I've definitely moaned. Oh yeah, I moaned for my mom this morning, but like in front of like my whole family, I don't think so. Just like my mom, because my mom can handle my shenanigans.
Okay. This is by Cashmere the Lynx.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll make sure to moan at that wedding I'm going to.
You're missing MCFC?
Yes, I am. Shut up.
If anyone objects, stand up now and say your piece. Otherwise, farewell you piece.
Yeah, I have to miss MCFC because my cousin moved her wedding to this Saturday.
Well, why don't you tell your cousin to change their wedding?
Because this is
be like,
this is the change.
Just contact your cousin and be like, listen.
I need to go to a furry convention.
Listen, I have animal people to get in bed with, so you can just move your wedding to a different day.
That'd be great, thanks.
Obviously, all you have to do is just sabotage it and break up the relationship, and then you're fine.
I'll just go in fursuit. I'm just gonna go in fursuit.
Just like
no. So if you break up the relationship now, then they won't get married that Saturday, and then you can then go to a con by destroying someone's life.
My cousin is the female, so what am I gonna do? Like jump in bed with her fiance?
Yeah, you should totally do it.
That'd throw a fucking bone in like every.
Throwing a bone in something.
Then
you could just reveal to them later. By the way, the only reason I
banged your fiance. Now what?
Remember how your fiance cheated?
You still want to marry him?
Now what? What are you doing now?
I banged your fiance. Do you still want to marry him?
Now what?
I claimed him. He's mine.
Now can I go to the con?
Now can I go to the con?
Is your wedding off? Because I got plans.
Just like all at once though. Just be like, oh hey, how's your day going? How's your day going? By the way, I fucked your fiance. Can I go to the con now?
Fucked your fiance. He's mine now.
By the way, your fiance cheated on you with me, so I'm gonna go to the con instead of your wedding.
I'm already wearing my fursuit. I'm like ready to go.
Bye. You just get in your car and pull up, and you just drive away.
Your fiance actually likes dog people now, so sorry.
Well, he did think it was cool last time I fursuited.
Stop it.
No, he did.
Stop.
Thought it was cool. Anyways, but yeah, so I'm not going.
He thought it was cool.
Cool. Just like he's like, yeah, it's cool. You know.
Okay. When it gets to the point where it makes him warm and not cool.
He wasn't warm. He was just cool.
Right.
Like, cool. But yeah, I'm not going to MCFC.
Okay.
Are you going?
No. When is MCFC?
Or yeah, I'm going to MCFC. I already registered.
Yeah, so did I, unfortunately.
When is it?
March.
You might be able to ask them to cancel your reg.
Second last weekend of March.
They might.
No, I don't.
Do you think I could just like take your registration?
No, fuck off.
Well, you know what you might be able to do? Ask them if they can move
Push
your
it till
registration
next year.
to next year.
Yeah, I'll do that, or I'll just say fuck it because I love MCFC so much that here, have my money. Have a good con.
Yeah, MCFC is fantastic. That's true.
I've never been to MCFC.
It's a really good con.
It's a good con.
How good of a con is it?
It's a really good con.
It's a small con, but it's small but relaxing, and it's very easy to hang out with everybody that you want to there.
It's no joke.
Michigan,
When I found out I couldn't go, I was actually kind of upset. I was like, damn, because like I really look forward to MCFC.
This in Michigan?
Yeah, the one in Michigan.
Google it.
Yeah. But yeah, so. Yeah.
All right. All right, so I have an email that's kind of like a newbie furry type question deal. Thank yous and questions. Dear FurCast crew, hi, my name is Jeffrey. I'm 21 years old from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. About a year ago, I stumbled upon some werewolf fiction and found myself wandering into the furry fandom. As a beginning furry, I had lots of questions, but luckily I found your podcast. Your show gave me insights into the furry fandom that helped me not only understand, but embrace it. And the more I listened to your show, the more I accepted myself as a furry. It was not too long ago that I was debating on how or if I should come out as gay. Sorry, Pharaoh, straight blue foxes are just not my thing. But after moving forward and accepting myself as gay, I now found myself a part of the fandom that I didn't fully understand. It was your podcast that helped me, and I wanted to thank you all for that. I am currently working on a persona of my own, and I had some questions. First off, I understand that you have talked about how you came up with your persona names, but I haven't found the episode of the podcast yet, and I was hoping you could tell me which one it is. I don't know what it is. Second, I was wondering how you came up with your personas reference sheets. Did you or someone else draw them? What kind of details about your personas do you have on them? Any info would be awesome. I'm not much of an artist myself, so what tips do you have on contacting a furry artist would you give? I want to thank you again for your podcast and hope to see you at a con in the future. Hope to hear back from you soon, either by email or on the podcast. Your brown wolf fan, JB or Jeffrey. So, answer to that. First of all, I don't even have a ref sheet, so I don't know what you're talking about. But the best way to do it is, it's kind of similar to when you want to get a fursuit.
No, it's not.
No.
You don't even have a fursuit. How dare you speak of fursuits?
It's kind of like if you want to get a fursuit and you say, well, how do I find out who to get a fursuit from? It's a similar question when it comes to art and getting a ref sheet. The best way that you can do it is just have experience in what you like. And so I would say make a profile on several furry art websites, Weasel, FA, Furry Network. Get involved in those websites and follow some artists and start collecting art, start collecting porn, whatever it is that you're into. And I feel like, but here, no. Hold on a second, Pharaoh. Just wait, okay? You can answer in a second. Okay? Get it. Anyway, so here's the thing. The way you go and commission an artist or get art or get a ref sheet, you have to know what kind of stuff you're into before you can really decide how that works for you. So maybe if you're following tons of art, or you know what kind of stuff is along your lines, or maybe you like things that are more cartoony, or you find yourself saving a lot of images that are like really realistic. I'm going to stop you right here
and just say one thing. It doesn't matter. You don't need a ref sheet.
Well, no, wait, I'm not talking about that.
I'm talking about that.
Okay, wait.
I'm going to say this because I'm going to interrupt you for a moment.
No, you're not interrupting.
I'm interrupting you to say this.
You're not interrupting
because you're missing the one point of this thing, and it was like, how do you get a ref sheet? How did you?
You don't. I'm not talking about the ref sheet. I'm talking about the fact that as this person goes throughout and figures out what things they might be interested in, the way you do that is by finding out what you're interested in. Maybe you're not interested in art at all. Maybe, like, for instance, I'm not interested in fursuits much. That's why I don't have one. But it's not that, like, I went to some person and asked them, like, what do I do about this? I just know what I'm interested in because I've been in the furry fandom for a long time. And so my point is that as you join the fandom, start collecting art that you're interested in, or start doing stuff that you're interested in, you will discover what you like, what kind of ref sheet, if any, you might want to get, what kind of character or species, if any, you might want to get. Stuff like that. That's my point, is that you're not going to know what you're like. Like, you can't just... We at FurCast can't just say, oh, well, you should get a ref sheet like this from this artist. By the way, you should get a ref sheet in the first place, and you should be this species. You need to figure all that stuff out, and you need to make decisions on what matters and doesn't matter to you. And as an example, I don't have a ref sheet. I don't have a fursuit. Farrah has a ref sheet, and Farrah has a fursuit. Just depends. Anyway.
That being said, I wanted to disagree and say that you don't even need one.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have one, and it helps if you're going to get art or something like that, but in general, it's not necessarily needed. And in the fact, the thing is, it changes. It's not like when you create a persona or create a character, that's it. It can never be changed. It's set in stone, that no more. Nothing else.
What are you talking about? If you invent a new character and you impersonate a different persona that's not yours, Kagi will come and take your badges.
Oh, yeah.
You're not a furry anymore.
Kagi will take your badges and then you can't be a furry.
But there was another question in here that said, I was wondering how you came up with your personas reference sheets. Did you or someone else draw them? So again, that's where knowing what you like is going to matter a lot, right? Like,
I feel like you're construing that wrong. Like knowing what you like. Why would knowing what you like invest into how you would get?
Because okay, did you or someone else draw them?
None of us are artists, so none of us.
So none of us drew them. No. But to answer, did someone else draw them, and how to find someone else to draw them? I'm assuming that they're asking the question, like, how do I get a ref sheet? And to answer that question, again, that's where knowing what you like comes in. Because, like, for instance, I know maybe 2 or 3 artists that, like, maybe I would choose to make a ref sheet, but I know that because I'm fans of those artists, and I know those artists because I collect their art, and I've known them for a long time, stuff like that. So that's where, like, I mean, you could just...
money.
Right, and I traded money for it. But it's like... I'm not necessarily just walking into like a con space and being like, well, I need a ref sheet. I'm going to walk around. And I mean, you could do that though. I mean, there are some people who just walk around and they'll look at art. And
but you can't just get a ref sheet. Like that doesn't, you can't just, I want a ref sheet for this character. You need to have a textual description of what your character is.
That's also where it comes down to knowing what you like. You have to kind of be able to figure out like, hey, I think I want my character.
Knowing what you like or knowing what you are?
Well, yeah, same thing. But I mean, like, being able to say to yourself, like, okay, I think I might want that, and figuring it out. And then when you look at an artist that's offering commissions, and that's an artist that you're like, oh, I really like that artist, I follow that artist, and then that artist is like, hey, does anybody want a commission? You can go, yes, I would like a commission, and I would like to do a ref sheet, and then you can work with that artist and you know what you want. And you somewhat can work with the artist. I mean, you can ask the artist questions like, hey, do you think I should put this here? And the artist can be like,
no, because now you got to stop there because that depends on the artist.
That does depend on the artist.
Some artists don't want to have the whole free reign ability, and some people want the artist to do exactly what they want them to do. So, I mean, there are two different types of artists that draw out there. Some that will take something into their own creative perspective, and some that will just do exactly as you say.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is some artists, they want to, be friends with you. They're going to talk to them. They're going to learn about you. And other artists are just like, yeah, just provide me with what you want. And there are some artists that will just, all they want you to do is link them other stuff that you have, and then they'll just copy that design of the character into your new art and then give it to you. So it's like, it just depends on the artist. But I've found generally ref sheets are done, if they're a good, very customized ref sheet, I found that they're generally done by an artist who's friends with the person.
No.
I've seen that a lot, where at least like the
No,
one...
because you can commission a ref sheet from any kind of artist anywhere at any point in time.
Oh, you can, definitely. But I've noticed that ref sheets that are very customized and unique characters, I mean, like, okay, I'll use Cart Fox as an example. Cart Fox, the way he developed his character, like, the shading and the colors and stuff like that, was simply by working with a friend of his who was an artist and just kind of sitting down and coming up with what they wanted it to look like. And so that's like, it just depends. Some people will be able to...
But I don't think his first one was the same one that he is now. So, I mean, like, that's the thing.
That's true.
It's everything kind of transcends
It also depends on the artist, because when I first got my ref sheet, it was just a plain green white husky. When I decided to add the pink, I actually emailed, this is like a couple years later, I actually emailed her back. I'm like, hey, I have a couple ideas about changing my ref sheet. Would you mind updating it, whatever? She's like, oh yeah, no problem. She actually still had the file and all that. And I worked with her through emails back and forth for about a week until I figured out a design that I liked. So I don't know her, but I paid her, and she was actually didn't charge me for anything about updating my ref sheet.
That's awesome.
So it's just somebody that just be chill about it.
Generally with a ref sheet, there are some artists where you can just say, yeah, I'm just a wolf, and here's this little star that goes on my butt, and done. And then the artist can do it. But I found that generally when you are getting a ref sheet, you're going to end up having to work with the artist a little bit more than most other types of art, because that's when you're really sitting down and thinking about design and implementation and what you want it to be like and stuff like that. And the other thing is, you can have multiple ref sheets too. Like, I know people who have like 3 different ref sheets for 3 different versions of their character. Or, sometimes they'll have like a macro or like a hyper version of their character, and then like a regular version of their character, and then like, a TF'd version of their character, or whatever, or a Tor version and a non-Tor version, whatever. So there's all different types of ways that you can do that too. But as you also, I'd like to just say, Jeffrey, listening, as you can already tell, there are many different methods to doing all of this, and none of them are really right or wrong. And I hope you realize that just with the amount of disagreement that we've had in discussing this on the show. So there you go.
Didn't he also ask how you came up with your name and all that?
I think we've answered that many times.
I know, yeah, we've probably,
I don't remember how the fuck I came up with my name. I think it was
shit happens.
Yeah,
just
shit
depends
happens.
on the person.
It was I needed a username and I typed it in.
I came up with mine through Latin basis, but just because I like meanings and words and stuff. So.
Mine's actually my initials. Easy.
Yeah.
All right.
The next email.
This is a real quick one, but it wasn't even really asking a question. Just a quick question to us was how long. I wanted to know how long it takes an email to reach you guys. Well, emails reach us instantly. This doesn't mean that we can read them instantly.
Yeah, there's some emails that we read like a week after they come in, and there's other emails that we read like a year after they come in. We're really bad. We're really, really bad at organizing emails, just FYI.
We used to have a person organize emails, then they left, and then we haven't been really...
And it's difficult to have just a person do it, because so much of it has to be, kind of custom and knowing how we feel about things. And it's like, if you... I don't know.
We used to like to try to answer every single email, but then a lot of the emails became so repetitive that the fact is that a lot of people just kind of sent emails of the same question that someone would have asked prior on an episode, but they just wanted answered again for them, even though it was answered on another show. So, I mean, it gets to the point where, like, you can only answer the same question so many times before, you have to kind of move on and skip those kind of emails. And, every once in a while we'll come back to one, say in a while, but when you get the same repetitive ones each and every time, you probably should just do, like, a quick Q&A episode of one that we can just link on the front page of different topics that are often discussed that we can then just click and link.
Yeah, we do.
Because some other podcasts I can actually do that. And I've seen that happen, over the general area of these are things to check out, ...
Mm-hmm.
to get an understanding of things.
I think episode 9 we did a bunch of that.
Yeah, but I think things a lot have changed since episode 9.
Yeah, I would never go back and listen to episode 9. Don't do it, guys. Just don't.
I'm going to do it.
I actually went back and listened to like episode 1 or 2. I was like, wow. A lot different.
Well then, anyone else want to chime in? Little anecdote.
I don't have anything. I'm drawing blanks.
Wow.
I know, it's a first. It's been a long week, all right? I had a really rough week this week.
Oh, how so?
It was just bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, I almost rear-ended somebody in the work van on Wednesday.
Oh, that's nice.
So that was fun. Actually, by almost, I mean, I actually did bump him, and I did crack his rear bumper, but he was actually nice enough to say, his car was kind of a piece of shit, and he knew that, and he's like, you know what? Don't worry about it. I was like, thank you so much. That was stressful, though. That was stressed me the fuck out.
Hey, Pharaoh, do you feel like answering a Time Warner question?
No. Okay. I don't know what that company is.
I'll just skip over that.
Okay, I'm just trying to go through a few different emails to see what works good. Let's see.
Yeah. See, this is really quiet today.
It is.
I have an email. This one's called For the Lulz. Did we read this one? I feel like we might have read this one. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll read it. It says, "Hey, I'm a new listener to FurCast. I'm almost 14, and I'm a homosexual fox." I'm sorry. I'm sorry. For the reaction of you guys in the chat room, here's my 100% legit question. Do you think I'm weird if I'm 13 and have 2 bed dragon dildos? P.S. Do you have a Spotify account? Because I think whomever picks the music for the breaks has great taste. I do not have a Spotify account. I am against... okay, I'm sorry. I'm not against music streaming services, but I like to own my music myself. I like to physically own the file. I'm sorry. That's just my thing. PPS, IDK, I just wanted to put PPS in here for no reason. PPPS, I remember what I wanted to say for the PPS, but I didn't want to edit it, so I just made another one. I just want to say if anyone on the show today has any sort of dildo, what age did they first get there? Sincerely, Techie DeFox, :D. So, do I think it's weird if you're 13 and have... I would say I would say probably most people who are 13 don't, but it's definitely not that crazy. I mean, it's not like it's a new thing in humanity for especially younger kids to do stuff like that. Is it a good or a bad thing? Personally, I'd say it's potentially a good thing for you because it's dangerous for you to really do stuff with other people, and it's also illegal in certain cases. In fact, in actually most of the cases. So I think, yeah. So I would say that actually good for you. Good for you for being able to like have fun with yourself and experience that stuff, and I guess I think ready.
To just touch on it slightly, because every single young fur has to have some kind of strange thing that they need to share with everyone, as it's some really crazy thing, like all the dicks that they own, which I understand that, but, to each is their own, and everyone has their specialties that they like to share. But as a old sex ed type thing to say is that it's safer to actually have a toy that's meant to go into you than to actually try to use stuff that shouldn't be going into you.
Very true.
And that's one of the things that I will comment on that. So, I mean, sure, it might be strange that being young to have some toys, but at the same time, it's safer to have toys than to be doing stuff illegally and to doing stuff that could harm your body. So, on that aspect, I will say, yeah. At least you play safe.
You will also learn as you go through life that you can do whatever you want to your body. You want to get on drugs and fuck yourself up? Go ahead. You want to hurt yourself? Have fun. You want to stick something in your butt? Go ahead. But I would hope that you do what you think is best for you, that you think is safe, and it's good that you are using an actual toy. And if that's something you enjoy,
Bad dragon toys scare me. I'm
Bad
sorry.
dragon toys scare Pharaoh, but
they are absolutely terrifyingly horrible.
Why?
Because they're huge.
No, they're not. There's plenty of small ones.
No, there's not.
Yeah, there are.
There's a lot of knots.
There's a lot of...
There's not.
There's no small bad dragon toy.
There's several bad dragon toys I know of that are smaller than my dick. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking... I think it's just because people want to scare you, so they show you the giant ones. Or people get the giant ones as a joke. And don't get me wrong, there are some that are pretty terrifying, but most of them are...
A lot of them are pretty... No, like, pick ones that you... If you have to search through there, you have to search to find ones that aren't terrifying. I'm sorry.
I disagree.
I wholeheartedly disagree with your disagreeing.
I don't think Bad Dragon's terrifying. I think Bad Dragon is awesome, actually. By the way, shout out to Varka, you're fucking cool.
I think Bad Dragon toys are terrifyingly huge.
Okay, well, that's your
overly size queened toys.
Okay, that's good. Good for you.
You had a gigantic horsecock sitting on my chair at one point in time. Every toy
that was the largest one they made, and that was for the purpose of scaring you.
Every toy that I forgot who brought their entire bag of toys scared the hell out of me.
Okay, that was Denton's, and Denton is a fox, so he doesn't count.
Every toy that he has is terrifying.
Fox. He's a fox. He doesn't count.
All of them were like Bad Dragon toys, and every single one of them is scary.
Actually, most of them were not Bad Dragon toys. Most of them were the Zeta website. I forget what it's called. But actually, no, almost none of them. Only the one was
Counterpoint. Crimes, who's been on the show before. She has a whole tub of them. Every single one of them scare me. Not from the length size of it, but the girth size of it. All of them are like, oh yeah, here, this is the size of a can. Enjoy yourself. That is terrifying.
Also, Pharaoh.
Okay, so you think it's terrifying.
If someone came in, Pharaoh, and put like a tiny little dildo on your chair, they probably wouldn't get a good reaction out of you. So,
yeah.
Like, you'd just be like, what's
There shouldn't
this?
be any kind of dildo on my chair. I don't want any kind of dildo near my chair.
Also, where is it? I found it. Give me a second. So if I just switch to this camera, Bad Dragon does like little mini dildos. This is a little mini horse dick.
Is that terrifying, Pharaoh?
Yeah, is this terrifying
Does that terrify
to you?
you?
This is just mini horse dick right there. It's
terrifying. It looks so dirty and dusty.
It looks
huge
on the camera.
it's because it fell behind. It looked brilliant.
Can you do some fun?
There you go.
Yeah,
no,
there you go.
I'm not doing any of that.
Can't just put it.
No.
Can I see it?
Just the tip.
Okay, go ahead.
Don't give that to him. He's a husky.
Put
Don't let
Pharaoh.
husky.
Put on Pharaoh.
No, get away from me. Get away from me. Get away from me.
Anyway, so yeah. Moving on.
today.
Anybody have another email? Anybody have another email?
I was trying to go through them.
Yeah, I was trying to find one.
I'm just kind of lost right now. I'm just like, where am I? There's too many tabs.
Lost in the world.
But yeah, no, I mean, seriously, good for you for being a young kid and knowing about your body and playing it safe. That's awesome. So
But
definitely,
you should probably be a little bit more conservative and not share as much details with everyone in the world.
yeah, that's partially true, especially since you're 13. So the point is, good for you, and go ahead, but don't tell us about it. Thank you. Just yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just imagining, besides the context of FurCast, where a similar type of like context would come up, where some person just walks up to somebody and goes, "Hey, do you think it's normal that I stick things in my butt?" Like, okay. Is it normal? Yeah, it's been going on since like
forever.
Since humans evolved. But do I think it's normal? Why does it stop caring so much about what other people think?
Just do what feels right.
Man. Anyway.
Except murder. Don't
Don't do that.
Don't do
Not
that.
Good. That's murder's not good.
Do what feels right.
Except murder.
Except murder.
Except murder.
Except murder.
Even if it feels right. Don't do murder.
Yeah. You need to figure out morality. It's a long road, but you'll figure it out. There's no inherent morality, which means you need to figure that out for yourself. Anyway, Pharaoh, do you have an email or something? I'm really tired.
They're just all really
me too.
long.
Yeah, there's a few really long
I
emails.
have one that's like a whole page. I'm like, I don't know if I want to read all this.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
a lot of people saying thanks for the show.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think we should end early and take a lot more calls today. And how
Okay.
about we take a few calls that are actually recorded and then do something a little change of show?
Well, the calls are recorded for the patrons.
Well, let's take 10 minutes of calls that are actually recorded live on the show.
Not exactly, because I have a few requested calls, including the first call we're going to do is actually with the system administrator behind the chat room, because apparently they may need some help keeping the chat room running. So I want to take their call first.
So then shouldn't we do it on the actual show then? That is actually recorded? If they needed help?
We could. I don't know. Well, should we do like a formal ending to the show and then just include the post show in the end?
How about we take like 10 minutes of actual calls, like do something different for once on the end of the show.
Okay.
And then do the formal ending, and then we'll take calls after in the post show.
Sounds like a great idea.
We could. It's just weird, I guess.
I know, it's different. It's something we don't normally do.
It is definitely different. Let me kill the lower third.
But since we don't really have as many emails to read that are, as interesting.
Yeah. So let me message Leon and tell him.
Man, my hair is yellow.
Yeah, it is.
Every single time I look at
it's pretty.
Holy cow. In here it looks like crazy.
All right, well, in the meantime, we're going to have to wait.
You exploded a highlighter over your head.
I was going to say, yeah. Outside it looks so much more white, but in here I look like I just dunked my
I don't think it looks white outside.
Something. Really?
No.
Oh, well, in here it just like, on this camera, it's just like, wow.
Yeah. It might be a bit before the call-in, so is there anything else we want to do real quick? Anything else?
Guys are looking good today.
Yeah. So random things, since we're bored and it's the end of the show. What do you guys got going on this next week or two? Any things coming up? Any plans? I know you guys are doing the movie.
To get the second part of the movie, I'm just sticking around here since there's so much snow. I'll be hanging out in this area.
Middle of February, there is a car show, it's like a Motorama, in I believe it's Harrisburg, that I'm actually going down to. They actually asked for fursuiters. One of my buddies did it. He's been doing it the past 2 or 3 years, and he's like, "Hey, do you want to come down and fursuit at this car show?" I'm like, "Hell yeah!" So I'm probably gonna go to that.
Nice. That's cool.
Over the weekend.
I bought a new monitor. Finally, one that I actually know that I already like, but it kind of casually was thousands of dollars. So I just spent thousands of dollars on a computer monitor. And I just sit there and I'm just like, really? I'm like, think of all the other things I could do with that. But then I kind of
buy a fursuit.
I know I could buy a fursuit. But then I worked like a 13-hour day because we just had a disaster at one of the clients that I was working for. And I just went through hell trying to get all that set up. So I came home and I was so pissed because I was at work all day, and I just realized, I was like, wait, I'm going to get a ton of overtime, pay. So I was like, fuck it, I'm buying it. So I did a nice splurge and I totally got it. So that should be good. Anyway, so we have Leon Fox on the line. What's up? You're live on FurCast for not the post show. This is actually being recorded, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So, so tell us what's going on.
Well, essentially what happened is a few weeks ago, I guess this has been apparently a thing in the making for the past couple months now. Our old domain registrar, 1&1 Internet, decided to screw us over. And they stole our domain, ircfox.net. That domain has been thrown into redemption status, so we no longer have control over that, which all of our SSL certificates for the entire IRC network were for the ircfox.net domain.
Right.
And we are unable, since the time frame which they were purchased and where we are now, we are unable to have the issuers or the SSL certificates go back and reissue them. They are unable to do that, so the hundreds of dollars that was wasted on those SSL certs is wasted. It's gone. So essentially, we're looking for some help in being able to purchase new SSL certificates for the new domain, ircfox.com. Since we no longer have the .net domain, we don't know if we're going to get it back. We may never get it back. So
yeah,
that's essentially what's going on, and that's part of the issues that's been going on with the IRC network, with weird things not working anymore. And if you've ever noticed any of those errors saying that, oh, this certificate is invalid, that is why.
Okay, what would you, because I was considering doing like maybe irc.furcast.fm is just another domain that points to you guys. Maybe we could kind of rig that up for the FurCast website just so that won't ever have any issues, or what do you think?
Right, well, with the FurCast website right now, you shouldn't have an issue there, but as far as people connecting with their own clients and stuff, some clients don't like the fact that the SSL certificate was invalid. Like you had that issue about a year ago when we used to use only invalid SSL certs, and then we got valid ones and everything was working perfectly. But
yeah. So you need SSL certificates, by the way, for the website and IRC itself, right?
Yep. What we have generally done is, because it's really annoying to keep track of all these SSL certs to maintain and renew them when they need to be renewed, we just get a wildcard certificate, and we don't have to worry about having like 5 or 6 different certificates. Just one cert will cover everything.
Right. And I mean, because obviously, you could do like Let's Encrypt. What do you think about that?
I've actually never really heard of that.
Let's Encrypt is kind of a committee of people, I believe, by the Electronic Frontier Foundation, I want to say. I'm not going to fully explain it on air, but it's essentially, it allows you to get free SSL certificates. Although, from what I hear, it's a bit tedious and they do have some issues. But they're just getting started. But it's essentially a committee of people that are dedicated to the idea of, why the fuck don't we use encryption? Oh yeah, it's because most people don't want to pay for SSL certificates. And so the idea is, well, hey, let's become a registrar that can actually issue free certificates under certain circumstances, non-profit, small websites, stuff like that. That way we can help the internet move forward into the HTTPS age. And so it might be worth looking into, but I'm not sure if that will really work with all of the domains and IRC.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one, so...
So, yeah, and the other thing is you have to automate renewal every so many months, and Sophos, by the way, you don't have to post things 6 times in the chat room for me to read it, but apparently they don't support wildcards, but there might be other ways around that, so just worth looking into at least.
That'd be an issue. Well, if you guys would like to help support us and get our SSL certs replaced, there will be a link on the main website, the new main website again, very soon, ircfox.com. For donating to help us get new certificates.
Cool. So yeah, we'll definitely promote that in the next show during the intro as well, and maybe we'll put a link on the FurCast website too, so that people can kind of check it out. Are you gonna do like a GoFundMe or something like that?
Not really.
Okay. It's just like a donate thing or like a PayPal goal thing, maybe.
Yep, it's gonna be through PayPal.
Cool. Well, I might throw some money in as well because I totally rely on everything you guys do for my chat room, so I might totally throw some money your way.
That'd be nice.
So, well, thank you for calling in and talking about that.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, shout out yourself and the other people who are involved in the chat network.
Well, I'm Leon. I'm one of the founders of the network. Of course, Parker, he doesn't seem to be making much of an appearance in the shows or anything really much anymore. He helps me support the site, or the entire network. He does some administration work and repairs stuff when I'm not available, which happens quite often, like today.
Right. But, Parker is a snow leopard, you're a fox, and then we've got Xylos, right?
Yep, definitely Xylos. Xylos helps us with when we need modules for stuff or we need things coded. He will write it on up for us, and we'll get it all implemented, and we'll have fancy stuff in the chat. Like some of the stuff that us admins use wouldn't be possible without Xylos. So
very nice. Well, thank you for calling in and talking about that.
Oh yeah.
Cool. So that was a call from Leon Fox, one of the administrators behind IRC Fox, which is the chat network that FurCast uses. And they may be looking for some donations. I don't think it'll be too much because they just need to get some SSL certs. But we'll be shouting that out, putting the links out, as well as putting it on the FurCast website very shortly. So yeah. Any of you guys have anything else you want to do before we call it a night here?
No, not me.
See, the reason I don't want to take certain calls of regular fans is because I don't want to take some calls and have them included and then take some calls and have them not included. That's just kind of weird. Okay. That's the main reason. I'd rather just, do. Plus, we have a ton of people who are supporting us. By the way, real quick, I should shout this out. If you guys want downloads of FurCast that actually contain the pre and the post show, $1 a month on Patreon. Patreon.com. So just $1 a month. That's it. So if that's of interest to you guys or, something like that, definitely check it out.
And I'm sure people have shared it too. I mean, there are probably some people that would share it. So,
yeah. And
we don't really care.
Oh, yeah. By the way, yeah. Everything we do is public domain. So if you know somebody who does support us on Patreon for $1 a month, maybe ask them. I mean, they can give you a link. Like, you guys can share the secret links amongst each other. Like, we're not gonna track it down and be like, you didn't pay for that. We don't care. It's just it just helps us. It supports us, and it's $1 a month. So
yeah. So we don't want to be like, oh yeah, you have to give us $1 to get this. you know, if you know someone that is a Patreon and, you know, they want to share, they can. And, you know, if you want to support us with what you can, awesome. That's pretty much it.
Try to be as public domain as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that kind of brings us to the end of the show. This track. Good old stuff. So, yeah. So, what are we feeling?
Tired.
I'm tired, too.
I have put about 9,000 miles on my truck in the past 3 weeks.
Wow.
Shit.
Like, I
Damn.
have driven, holy cow.
Yeah.
Did you drive to FC?
No.
Oh, I was going to say, like, holy shit.
No.
I would be like, wow.
I asked him the same question. I was like, did you drive to FC?
I flew to FC, but I have just been driving all over DC. I've just...
Yeah.
Pretty much went around the country several times in this past month.
That's crazy. Well, thank you guys for tuning into FurCast, episode 224. We never... Did we say the episode? I think we said the episode in the beginning. But yeah. Just trying to think if there's really anything else. Yeah.
I gotta shout out Ace Fox because you told him to tune in, and he did. And he
Yeah.
said he was really enjoying it.
Shout out to Vignette.
Yes.
I don't know if Vignette tuned in, but he mentioned that he might be tuning in.
Hi,
He was
Ace
tuned in.
Fox.
Yeah, he was tuned in
Oh,
from the beginning.
Hey, Vignette, I'm sorry. Just wanted to say I'm sorry.
We're sorry.
We're sorry that you tuned into FurCast.
No, I would say we're sorry for what happened outside of FurCast.
Yeah, we're sorry for that too. Yeah, that was bad. But let's not talk about that. Anyway, so for everybody else tuned in, thank you for tuning in, and thank you to everybody who supports us on Patreon. Thank you to all of the people who message us throughout the week, ask us questions. Thank you to the people who are curious how we do things, who suggest things to us. I mean, we pretty much listen to every little bit of stuff that hits us, whether it's Twitter or Facebook or email, and it's just awesome that all throughout the week you guys are involved, and it's just really cool.
We may not always respond, but it doesn't mean we don't see it or read it. So
yeah.
And it's
Or
one of
even
the
on
things.
the air, we still see it.
Yep.
But I get a lot of messages, but it doesn't mean I don't read them. I do read them.
But and just speaking of us in personal life, I mean, just talking with him, we were kind of discussing, what are we doing about the whole moving thing? Like, we wanted to do that, and obviously it's just because you're really busy. You work super long hours, and I work, long hours. So it's like you work way long hours than me, though. But we are still looking into that, so we may still be getting a new studio sometime soon. But financially, we're not having a problem with that financially. And by the way, most of and I should actually mention, by the way, I bought that expensive computer monitor that was with my own money, not with Patreon money. The Patreon money goes into a PayPal account, which is the same PayPal account that pays for all of the hosting services. So basically, it's like the Patreon money just immediately goes into helping with keeping the show going. As soon as a domain needs renewal, or as soon as Scale Engine charges us for streaming video on their network, it just goes straight into that account, charges it, and so that's really what's awesome.
Did we change the file for the actual show yet or not?
What do you mean?
For the new season?
No, I have not changed the album artwork yet, because of several reasons. It needs a little higher quality control on that before I want to switch it out. But soon we'll work on that. But yeah, getting a new studio is, again, so going back to the finances thing, moving to a new studio is something that's very financially viable for us. It's just simply that we don't have time. It's so difficult to find places really to get out, but I might just look around on I might just start contacting some places on Craigslist and just saying, checking out some places again, because we did have a place that we were really interested in, and then it got taken off the market.
We had 3.
We had 3 places that we were interested in.
Should have bought that one.
Yeah.
Which one? The triangle one that we originally...
The triangle house was amazing. That would have been a great studio.
Was
And
like
then we were looking at the old train repair station place.
That's the one.
That was a cool place.
That'd have been cool.
But yeah, that got taken off the market. And there were a lot of things that were kind of about that place, like the fact that we were gonna have to spend at least $10,000 to connect city water and stuff like that. So that was a little. And the infrastructure in that place was kind of not falling apart, but it just needed
work.
Let me put it this way: every room in that place would have needed work.
What wasn't it old? It wasn't up to date, pretty much, right?
Right, and it wasn't that it was falling apart. It's just simply that it was blatantly 60s, or 70s when you went in there, type thing. So,
I still always drive by and I'm like, not gonna happen.
I drive by it all the time because one of the clients at work is right down the road from that. And every time I drive by, I'm like,
Would have been cool.
Would have been cool.
Dreams. I don't know. Maybe it's still up for
Oh,
sale.
it would have been a short drive to work today.
Maybe it's still up for sale because I don't know. I feel like we can get enough people to actually help like remodel that too.
That would be fun. Get some people in and like tear apart rooms and stuff. Or the other thing is when we do the studio, I mean we'd be putting in dedicated 20 amp lines, or we'd be ripping down drywall. I want to make it acoustically treated and we've already, because of the company you work for, we get free internet, the fastest speed they offer, plus we'd get another internet connection. So we'd have redundant internet connections like we do now. I'd make sure that we're meeting, regulations for like safety and power with all that stuff like we do now. It's just something that it would be a dedicated space. That's really what matters. So, but that's something we were looking into. So yeah. I've been your host this evening, Paradox, the Red Wolf.
I've been your fabulous, tired Blue Fox host, Pharaoh.
I've been your drained guest, Lucidus Lux, or Saris, whatever you call me. I got multiple fursuits now.
Hi, I'm CJ. I've been your host. Have a good night.
This is the Zana Broadcasting Network.
All right. So bye YouTube. I'm gonna stop recording on YouTube.